I'm Matt Handy, and you're listening to My Last Relapse. Okay, how's it going?
What's up?
Glad you finally made it.
Dude, it's been nice. I've watched you like roll through the list of all the other people you've invited before me. And I kept asking you, like, can I come on the podcast? You're like, we're getting the good guests out of the way first. And then we'll let you know.
The high value people out first. So, how's it going?
Good, man.
Good. You're being inducted into your high school Hall of Fame today.
The Wall of Fame.
The Wall of Fame.
Being put on the Wall of Fame.
Okay, for what?
Tonight. Football.
Okay.
I was actually good at football a long time ago.
Because you're a small guy.
I'm a little guy.
Yeah. What'd you do?
I played cornerback. Defensive back. Played running back.
Oh, you're a fast guy.
I'm a fast guy.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your 40?
I was like a 4.4 guy. I went to the Nike scouting combine in high school.
Really?
Ran a 4.41. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I was fast.
That's impressive. Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 45. I'm an old man.
You don't look 45.
Thank you.
Tell you that.
Wait, do I look 55?
No, you look younger than that. Good. For sure.
Yeah.
45. That's how does 45 feel in comparison to 35?
Dude, 35 was tough. I got married that year. That was like the beginning of the downfall for me.
Really?
Not getting married, but 35. So I stayed away from like hard substances for about a 10-year stretch. And something happened. I met a buddy out one night when I was in like December of probably when I was 34. And then I went on like a 6-year run all day, every day. So
your addiction, that's when it really took off, or were you addicted before that too?
So I'll start at the beginning. I didn't touch a drug or alcohol all through high school.
Of course.
Never once. Athlete, grew up like in a pretty strict household, was in church all the time.
Yeah.
I just never had the desire. Like I wanted to be good at football. I wanted to be good at baseball. I hung out with a bunch of kids that weren't interested in that. I came from a great family.
What is it? North Houston?
North Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spring, Texas.
Really?
I went to the Klein High School. There's like 5 Klein High schools.
You went to
the Klein High School. Yeah. Let's see. Lyle Lovett, famous alumni.
Yeah.
Lyle Lovett and Jordan Hayes, 2 famous alumni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most famous.
No.
Highly achieved.
Yeah.
No, no shit though. You are highly achieved. It's interesting to have these conversations with you. You're not a typical story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into that story.
Okay.
So something that I haven't talked about in a while, or maybe ever as far as what's been posted, but you're a good person to talk about this with because your story really starts later.
Yeah.
A lot of people have a fucked up story from the beginning.
Right.
And that is like the majority of their story. So you have a lot of success before you fucked your life up.
Yeah.
And so this podcast, I don't tell war stories. We don't get stuck in the weeds of like bullshit, right? Because the reality is everybody knows those stories. Everybody's experienced it. Everybody's got those experiences. And the one of the reasons why I started the podcast is do you ever listen to other recovery podcasts?
Yeah. I've been on a couple.
Which one?
My sponsor has one, Relevant Recovery.
Cool. Yeah.
I used to listen to I think it's called Sober Nation.
Yeah.
With Jonathan Sylvester.
Yeah.
He's a good buddy of mine. But yeah.
So a lot of
then My Last Relapse. I listen to that all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a great podcast.
It's my favorite.
Yesterday, one video alone got 1,000 views.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. On what platform?
On YouTube. I really only track YouTube.
Okay.
Like everybody else on the background tracks the rest of but I only have YouTube. So I don't.
Right. It's only on YouTube?
No. It's on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts.
All the things.
All of them. Yeah.
Do you monetize it?
We've only been posting for 10 days, 14 days.
Okay.
So you have to like hit certain metrics in order to like be a viable candidate for monetization.
Right.
We definitely haven't hit that yet, but I think we'll hit it pretty quick.
Yeah. You will after this one.
Yeah. It's like having
might be the end
on.
of the podcast today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So you listen to a lot of other podcasts. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them. It is, if it's a 3-hour show, 2.5 hours of it is war stories.
Right.
And that's what gets the clicks. That's what keeps attention.
Right.
I'm not really interested in the attention. What I'm worried about is people out there dying.
Yeah.
And when I was out there, like, I wasn't necessarily listening to recovery podcasts,
right?
Because it was like I'm actively participating in a lot of this.
Yeah. You don't want to hear that.
But what would catch my attention is like JRE, Joe Rogan guests that would talk about stuff that like applied to a clean lifestyle. And
right.
Like, and so what I'm hoping is that people hear messages on this podcast that usher them in. Right. And so the last thing that we want to do is like tell war stories.
Yeah. The war stories are like funny to us that have been through it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'll tell you, like, they're not funny to my wife. And I'm almost 6 years sober. And like, she still doesn't find them funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's funny.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's not funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
I mean, yeah, because it's like a very, first of all, like with your wife specifically, like she almost lost her husband. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And I think for like a lot of other people in addiction, I mean, it says it, right? Like find things lightheartedly.
Right.
Like, when the reality is we're talking about life or death. People are actually out there dying for the funny stories that we're, it's like.
Yeah. But I mean, they were almost not funny.
They were almost not funny.
Almost not funny.
Yeah. I mean, so you weren't just an alcoholic, right? You did drugs.
Yeah.
Too?
I love drugs. I mean, that's probably the problem is I still love them and I'll always love them. Yeah. So I can't partake. But yeah, I started when I went to college. I went to college in upstate New York, Cornell
Start in
University.
high school, because I know you have you're getting inducted into the Wall of Fame.
Well, here's what's funny is I was talking about this yesterday. Is like high school was tough for me. So I was a great athlete. I was good at all the sports. I was a great student. It was easy for me. I didn't have to study or anything. And I think looking back on it, I was probably probably like I knew I was good at everything, mm-hmm. and so like the people around me knew that I thought I was good at everything. Mm-hmm. And so I had a group of friends, but I was kind of like the outsider a little bit. Mm-hmm. If they did 10 things, I probably got invited to 5 of the things. I was a little bit older, so I played up a year a lot of times on like sports growing up. So I played with an older group of guys. But man, I had 2 or 3 really good buddies, and that was about it. Like I didn't have, there was a lot of like seeking validation, trying to people please, and like lying about stuff that didn't matter to like make myself look better to these guys so they would like me.
So imposter syndrome didn't just happen when you got sober.
I've been breeding the imposter syndrome my whole life.
That's funny.
Yeah, and so when I got to college, man, so I grew up in, like I said, I grew up in Spring, went to Klein High School. I grew up in a country club playing golf.
Okay.
My sponsor always famously says this, but it's true for me. Like I grew up behind bars, and it was the gate to my gated community. Like those were the bars I grew up in. Mm-hmm. I had a great childhood. Okay. My parents loved us. My parents are still married. They've been married 50 something years. The older brother who I loved, and we were close. I had a great group of friends. I grew up in the church. Like I loved going to the church.
What church?
Youth group, Champion Forest Baptist Church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Shout out Eric Hill, my youth pastor. Still one of my closest friends.
Awesome.
So like my childhood doesn't involve trauma. It doesn't involve a broken home. It doesn't involve. There's no alcoholism or addiction in my family that I know of. So like none of those things were there, which is not what makes me an alcoholic or an addict.
Correct. Yeah. Well, this is just a testament to it. It is blind to who we are. Yeah. It is blind to our situation. It is blind to the level of advantages that we have or access to whatever, right? It doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
It's totally non-discriminate. It wants everybody.
Yeah.
And so like for people like you, so when I hear stories, I was raised in a Mormon situation,
Okay.
right? And I am the black sheep of the culture,
Okay.
right? But the reality is, I had a lot of stuff that pointed to this was going to happen, right? A lot of trauma, a lot of instability. But I grew up in a situation very similar to that. The only thing that was different was the decisions I was making.
Right.
But I did have both my parents in my home.
Yeah.
Highly successful people. Really well intentioned. I'm the oldest of 10 kids.
Yeah.
All the rest of the kids did great.
Right.
You know, but there were things that happened to me in my youth that definitely geared me for the decisions that I made later on.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of friends growing up that exact same story as you.
Right.
Trauma-free, amazing home, amazing parents, every opportunity, smart kids.
Right.
And still made decisions, right, that pointed them in the direction of addiction.
Yeah.
I have a friend that ended up, I mean, you would never guess that he would have gone down this road. But great parents, successful parents, like maybe not successful on the level like maybe our parents, but like never struggled to pay bills, had a nice house up in the mountains, and but is dead.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
You know, like one of my best friends.
Right.
And it was like, when you look at what his family prepared for him, it was like, how did this happen to you?
Yeah.
And then the parents always have this guilt thing, right? Where it's like, what did I do wrong?
Right.
And so it's like, yeah. It doesn't care.
No. And like, I remember, so I got asked to tell my story one time at a club, and I remember the guy that asked me, this is like, we can talk about this later, but the guy that asked me was like, he asked me, I was like, dude, I don't have a good story. Like, I was given everything. I was probably the definition of a privileged white kid. Like, was at the top of the world, had everything given to me, was highly successful, and then I completely burned my life to the ground. And he was like, dude, it's the perfect story.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
the same story as everybody else that comes in here. Like, we all came in at the same spot. You know, different varying degrees, or the details are different, but we all came into recovery in the same spot.
Yeah. I mean, there is a baseline for all of our stories, right?
Yeah.
Typically, the way that it goes is like, we grew up, we made fucked up decisions at some point.
Yeah.
We destroyed our lives over those decisions. We became desperate and we got clean.
Right.
That's
the
details. You can plug anything into that now.
Right.
But that's how it goes.
Yeah.
So
so I grew up. So I had a great childhood. The only thing I would say is like I was a little sheltered, and like my parents were super strict, and my dad knew that I had potential to be great at things, and he was tough on me. So when it was time to go to college, like I got some football offers here in the state of Texas. I had got some at like Arkansas and Auburn, but I knew I got a scholarship at Rice, and I was like, dude, that is way too close. Like, I need to get away.
For sure.
I'm trying to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a bunch of Ivy League schools recruiting me, and it's kind of embarrassing, but like, I remember so I went to Cornell, and when they recruited me, I was like, I have no idea what Cornell is. I've never heard of it. Like, I knew of Harvard and Yale and Princeton, but it's like, what's Cornell? So Cornell and Colgate also recruited me. And like, in my mind, those are the same schools.
For sure.
And my dad is like, they're not the same schools.
Right.
Yeah. So I went to Cornell, and man, I got a big part of my.
So you were courted.
I was courted, yeah.
Yeah.
It was one reason was my grades. I had great grades.
Yeah.
Graduated near the top of my class, and so that made it easier.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of schools in Texas talking to me. I had a buddy that we both got recruited by Arkansas. He was a stud. He ended up playing in the NFL for a little bit. He's a football coach, offensive coordinator at TCU, and we both got recruited by Arkansas. We went out there on a trip, and they offered him a full ride, and they offered me something. They offered me a scholarship, and he decided to go to Missouri. And like literally the day he decided to go to Missouri, they called me and they're like, "Hey, we don't have a scholarship for you anymore." I was like, "Okay." I think I was a package deal. I was like, try to talk him into coming with me. But yeah, it was fun, man. I played football, I played baseball, I played golf. And so I went to Cornell. I took a trip to a lot of the Ivy League schools.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really wanted to go to Columbia because it was in New York City. I was like, this is wild. I could have fun here. The thing was, I still didn't know what that meant. I just knew I wanted to get away and not have the pressure and like my parents just, sheltering me, I guess. I don't think I knew that's what it was at the time. And like when I say I didn't do drugs or alcohol in high school, it's because I just didn't even realize that that's what was going on.
Okay.
Those weren't the kids I hung out with. I didn't see it in my household.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew there was kids that went to parties and I went to some of those parties, but it just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't something I was exposed to really.
There wasn't like a pull to party.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny because Spring is in Houston.
Yeah.
One of the biggest cities in the world. Like ultimately one of the biggest cities in the world. Fourth biggest city in the United States.
Yeah.
But so I come from San Diego.
Okay.
When you think of San Diego, like you think of San Diego.
Right.
Right. But there is like small towns everywhere too.
Right.
But in Texas, there's actually small towns attached to big cities.
Right.
And so Spring is one of those actually small towns.
Yeah.
It's 15, 20 minutes north of downtown, but it's still a small town.
Yeah.
It's in a bubble.
Right.
And so I never, like, I live in Friendswood.
Right.
It's a fucking bubble.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, when outside of Texas, this isn't how everything else is ran.
Right.
Like Houston has multiple counties in it.
Yeah.
Multiple. That is not a thing in California.
Right.
There's like San Diego County has hundreds of cities in it. Like there is no like Houston County.
We have like 5 or 6 counties attached to the greater Houston area.
In the greater Houston area,
Yeah.
And so, there is like siloed off cities within Houston.
Yeah.
It is crazy to me to see how this works.
Especially back then, like I was born in 1980. So in the early 90s, it was still kind of far out there. Like it was part of the Houston area, but it was like kind of going on a trip to get up to Spring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with traffic and everything. So I decided to go to Cornell. Not necessarily like it wasn't like I want to go party. It was just I want to get away. I want some freedom. I want some like room to just do whatever I want to do.
Yeah, nature was calling.
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant. And then it was the perfect storm when I got up there.
Cool.
I met some great guys. Like God put this guy, my buddy. He was at my wedding. He's one of my best friends. He was my host on my recruiting trip, and he likes to party. He definitely partied in high school. We played the same position, so he was my host, and so he showed me around. And my freshman year I got hurt, so I played every game freshman year until I got hurt. I tore my bicep off the bone and in half.
In a game or practice?
In a game, yeah.
Oh my God.
Tackling a guy, the guy from Harvard was blocking me. I was pushing him down. My finger got caught in his face mask. Tore the ligaments in my finger. Tore my bicep. It was bad. It was painful. And then so I missed a few games, and I kind of got like exposed what was like going on in college because I didn't have practice all day and meetings all night. And then second semester was probably what did it. I got mono. Like the first week of second semester, right? And when I had mono, I was exhausted for a week or two, and then I was fine. But I think you're contagious with mono for a long time.
I think for a long time.
Yeah, a long time. So they're like, you can't come to practice or off-season workouts. And so I felt fine, and I had just free time to do whatever I wanted. And so that was when it started, man. I started going to the bars, started smoking pot, and then I remember the first time ever I was in the back of a white, what's a Passat? A Volkswagen Passat with my buddy Tony Ambrose, who just passed away like 6 months ago.
From addiction?
No.
Okay.
No, from brain cancer.
God,
yeah.
Man.
He's like 2 years older than me. He's an amazing guy. But we did cocaine for the first time. And it was like, dude, this is what I've been missing. Like everything felt okay. Like I didn't have to worry about if people liked me. I fit in with these guys. I spent so long in high school, like trying to fit in and trying to please everybody and just constantly seeking validation from people. And this one time I did it with them. It was like I was everybody's buddy.
Yeah, people like you, like that have your mentality and like your personality and stuff. First of all, like you remind me of like a high level banker, right? Like, And I always imagine that, like, when people like you do coke for the first time, you become like a fucking razor.
Right.
And like, you're just the sharpest you've ever fucking been.
Yeah. Absolutely. And man, it was great. Like I have a lot of energy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a hard time sitting still. And dude, you put some cocaine in me, and it's like I didn't sit still for like 21 years after that. Literally.
Yeah.
But it was, and then I don't know. I always think because I started so late, it took a long time to catch up with me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was still highly fun. Like I graduated in 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, also, so get into how you did in college.
Yeah.
Because that's impressive.
I did great, man. I was like, this is not something I used to brag about it, but I don't know if it's something I'm supposed to brag about. But
I think it's impressive. So I want to hear like the actual details of it.
Yeah. I mean, I never went to class ever. I mean, if I was there 4 years, I graduated in 4 years. And I probably went to like, I'd say 8 classes total.
Wow.
Ever. My first semester, I was in like biology or like pre-med major. So my first semester, when I got hurt, I was playing football, I was away from home, and I literally got like 3 D minuses and 2 C's. And the coaches called me in and my advisor called me and they're like, yeah, I don't think biology is your thing, man. We got to get you in something else. And so I switched to communications.
Okay.
And it was like just A's from there on out.
Oh, I bet.
It was all writing papers, a lot of writing papers.
Okay. This is what directed you to law school?
Yeah. And I kind of knew, so my goal going into college is I wanted to be a sports agent. Like Jerry Maguire was big at the time, and I was...
Show me the money.
Yeah, I was going to be Jerry Maguire. That was the plan. I
could see that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that.
I grew up with a lot of guys that ended up playing pro baseball and pro football, and so I had those connections, and I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So law school was kind of like on the back of my mind from the beginning. It was always weird because I wanted to go to law school to be a sports agent, not to be a lawyer. Yeah. And everyone was like, you have to be a lawyer. I was like, I don't want to be a lawyer. So college was fun, man. If I had a 20-page paper due, I would write it 2 hours before it was due.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I'd bang out a 20-page paper, and
that is a skill. That's not just a skill. Like there's talent involved in that.
Yeah.
Because writing papers isn't something that everybody can do.
Yeah. I was good at it.
Yeah,
I was good at it. Cool. And so luckily communications was probably 90% papers. And I did a lot of that.
So you read at a high level too?
I do. Mm-hmm. I don't read as much as I should, but I'm like a good speed reader. I can like retain knowledge really well. I used to read a ton. I've gotten lazy probably. I listen to a lot of audiobooks now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I loved reading. And that was why I was successful in law school. Like, it's all it is reading and retaining knowledge.
Reading and writing.
Yeah.
Reading and writing. Reading and writing. I remember watching Dad go through law school. This guy by the time he graduated, I think he had 8 kids.
Yeah.
That's
so insane.
He was 3 jobs all the time.
Right.
Law school, church, 8 kids.
Yeah.
And still top of his class at Cal West.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And he was in that garage just reading and writing and reading and writing and reading and writing. Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah. So, I never went to class. I remember showing up for classes like at the end of the semester and being like, they don't know who I am. The professor literally has no clue who I am.
Wow.
And just kind of showing up. I had one class that you had to be there for. It was called Human Sexuality. And I did not know you had to be there for it. And I showed up at the end of the semester to take the test, and she was like, "You've already failed."
Yeah, because attendance was like 50% of it or something.
Yeah, and I was like, "Let me just take the test." She's like, "You don't understand. Like, you can't pass."
Yeah,
and so I failed that class. Wow. Luckily, it was a pass-fail class. It wasn't a graded class. Okay, but it's kind of funny that that's the one class I failed.
Human sexuality.
Yeah, human sexuality. But yeah, so it was easy, man. It was.
Wait, at like a very liberal school.
Very liberal school.
So I can imagine
it was less liberal in 1999 and 2000, but it's definitely a liberal school
for sure.
Yeah. And so the dude from Texas that showed up at the end of the semester, they were like, "No, bro, Yeah.
The conservative.
You failed me trying to
kid.
talk my way into it. Like,
that's funny.
And she's like, you're not understanding. Like, it's not like you can talk. You can pass the final and graduate.
Yeah, this isn't a normal class.
Right.
You have to actually come.
Yeah. I think that was one of the benefits of an Ivy League school is they just assumed everyone was going to go. So like attendance was not a thing normally. And I mean, probably everybody did go.
Probably.
Yeah, but I did not.
Actually, college is one of those things where like everybody understands you don't actually have to go to class.
Right.
So maybe you weren't the only one.
I might not have been the only one. I remember I was in a class, what was it called? It was a psychology class, Psych 101. I forgot the guy's name. He was famous. He like wrote a book about sleep. He also wrote the 1 Minute Man. Ken Blanchard. Yeah, that was his name. Wrote the 1 Minute Manager. And there was like 2,000 people in that class. And you had two prelims and a final. And I showed up 3 times. And and got an A in it somehow. I don't know how. I can really good at, if I had the study materials, I could memorize it in a night.
Yeah, so the way that brains work, it's either you can take tests or you can't.
Yeah.
And there are like some really smart people that fail courses because they just suck at taking tests.
Yeah.
But in college, in universities specifically, like especially if you can get somebody to like give you the study material.
Right.
Or if they're just giving the study material, right? If you can go and pick up all the material or whatever, or you buy the book and fucking just study it, right?
Yeah.
But there are people that never have to go to class.
Yeah.
You're one of them.
You get the notes.
Yeah.
Get the notes. Find a good friend in there.
Pay somebody to give you the notes. Yeah.
I don't think I ever paid anybody, but I got the notes.
Were people like recording back then?
No, I don't know. Maybe. Like cell phones weren't a thing. It was 2000, 2003.
They would have brought
a BlackBerry maybe at that point. Yeah.
No, like voice recorders.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think people were doing that. Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't there. I couldn't tell you. I wasn't in class. And so the other thing is Cornell's a huge fraternity, like a huge Greek school.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like either the first or second biggest in the country. Like 49 fraternities, 45 sororities. And that's all there was to do there. It's a small town in the middle of nowhere, and it snows nonstop.
What is their normal census, like annually?
It's a big school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like undergrad was like 10 or 12,000.
Okay, so
it's the biggest Ivy League school by a long shot.
Really?
Yeah. Most of them are like 4,000 to 5,000.
So that's a good percentage of the people that are actually like in a fraternity, though.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing else to do. There's a tiny little college town with 4 or 5 bars, and then everything else was fraternity parties.
Wow.
Yeah. And the fraternity houses were awesome. They were like mansions, like huge mansions with 30, 40 bedrooms in them. And yeah, it was a good time.
Did you pledge?
I did not.
Okay. What?
I did not.
Wow.
You know what? I did. Actually, so this is like part I hadn't thought about in a long time. So my freshman year, man, I was homesick. I had never seen snow in my life, right? And I go to a place where it snows all the time.
Cold and dry, right?
I mean, the beginning of January, it doesn't get above 10 degrees ever.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was, and I had not seen snow before.
I mean, you've never seen a January below 70 either.
Right. And I mean, like maybe a dusting of snow or something, but we're talking about like blizzards and it's
36 inches
on
in a night.
Finger Lakes up there. So you get, and the thing that blew my mind is it would snow all night, snow and snow and snow, and you wake up and the streets are fine. It's like, who are these people getting up cleaning the streets? I don't want to go to class today. I don't want to go to football practice this morning. And the streets were perfect all the time. So I remember my freshman year, I got hurt. I didn't know anybody really at that point. I hadn't pledged a fraternity. So the second semester I did. I pledged Sigma Nu. Then I got mono, and I couldn't do it.
Okay.
And so I quit the pledging thing, and then I was ready to leave. Like I was ready to leave. I was lonely. I didn't know anybody. I couldn't be with the football guys. And I remember I had done everything I could do to transfer to UT. I was going to transfer to Texas and walk on at that point. And my dad, man, I'll forever be grateful for it. He talked to me. He was like, "We don't quit things. We just don't quit things in our family." And so he said, if you want to, we'll talk about it at the end of the year, but we're not going to make that decision right now. And luckily, I found my crew of dudes. So they were at a fraternity called Chi Psi. It was the party fraternity. There was a lot of party fraternities. It was the drug fraternity.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. That was where my not my sponsor, my buddy, my host on my recruiting trip he was in there in that fraternity. And
what state is this in? Is it
New York.
Okay.
Ithaca, New York. Upstate New York. Like kind of by Syracuse.
Yeah.
Like right in the dead center of the state. And so I started hanging out with those guys. And like I said, I had all that free time.
So let's see, the 90s.
Yeah.
What year?
99 to 03.
Oh, this was the height of Taliban heroin.
It was also the height of ketamine.
And oxys. This is like the beginning of
ketamine
oxys.
we did was insane.
Really?
Yeah.
It's such an interesting drug.
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a massive movement of like pharmaceutical grade ketamine now, but like back then it was veterinary.
Dude,
grade.
it was a guy that we knew that worked at a vet would get us a case of licks. We call them licks, like the liquid thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 100
Put it in the microwave.
You put it in the microwave for like around 1 minute and 17 seconds, give or take, and it crystallized right up. Yeah. We did everything. We didn't have microwaves sometimes, so we put 2 shoes upside down and put an iron between the shoes. Put the plate on the iron.
Yeah, or a stove.
Yeah.
Double bubble the stove.
Yes. So we went. I mean, we. So that's why I got into like electronic music then.
Oh my gosh.
Ended up buying turntables.
Really?
Yeah. Would like DJ at this bar called BB's with my buddies on Monday nights.
Wait, like you can actually spin?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I still have a lot of records, a lot of vinyl. Dude. Yeah,
really?
all vinyl.
Oh, dude, that is an art.
Yeah.
That is.
I'm not that good
art.
at it. The guys that I was with were real good at it.
Yeah.
So that's still what we do, man. We go every March. We go to Miami for the Winter Music Conference, which is all DJs. I went to New York a couple weekends ago to see Sasha and Digweed, 2 DJs.
What?
Yeah, played in Brooklyn.
That is crazy. So I've always been like really interested in electronic music.
Yeah.
Because of spinning.
Right.
Not because of the music.
Yeah,
fucking music almost always sucks, but
I love music.
But it's like watching them live build a song.
Crazy, man.
Is so
crazy.
cool.
And to be able to like read the dance floor and figure out where to go from there. Yeah.
It's so great.
But like memorizing records, my brain had a hard time with that part. I don't know how creative I am.
Math.
But like, yeah, it's terrible at math.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Terrible at math. Yeah.
For sure. That's like a direct correlation.
Right.
Is musical abilities and not just music, but like specifically producing, engineering, and DJing.
Right.
It's like if you can do high level math, you're really good at spinning for some reason.
I got a buddy he's an amazing musician. He's in a band. He's an incredible DJ. He's also architect.
For sure.
High level architect. Graduated like #1 in his class from Columbia Architecture School.
It's amazing.
He also, I remember his name is Garth. I met Garth my freshman year at Cornell, and he did not play football. And I was like, it blew my mind. I was like, I don't understand though. Like, how did you get in here? He's like, just with my grades, bro. It's like, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. Like I think I had to have football to get in here. And he was like the first like genius that I met.
Really?
Yeah. Crazy smart.
Geniuses are always interesting to me.
Yeah.
All the geniuses that I've met, well, my dad, and then they're all in prison.
Right.
And it's like talking to these people, they're like different kind of human.
Yeah.
It's
His brain,
really cool.
you could tell his brain was operating a little different than mine. Yeah.
So college, it was your introduction to drugs, which is so you live this really straight laced lifestyle.
Yeah.
Intentionally on accident.
Right.
And then
I just didn't know any better. I didn't know any different.
But it was intentional.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not gonna go do that.
Right.
I'm gonna do this.
Right.
And then of course you pop the top off, no parentals.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're snorting ketamine with the buddies.
Yes, man. We went through 2.5 cases of licks in 1 year. That's 144 vials are in one case.
Okay, and they're 10 mil vials, right?
Yeah.
That's
a lot.
A lot of ketamine.
Yeah. We had turntables in the room, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was all the things. So like I did cocaine for the first time. I drank for the first time. Smoked pot for the first time.
Wait, how old were you when you drank for the first time?
18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it still 18 back then?
No.
Okay.
Dude, I'm not that old.
It was right around there though.
Was
it?
it?
Wait.
No.
It was right around when you were born.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But you could go to Montreal and drink when you're 19.
Right. Yeah.
And we would do that a lot.
It's a couple hours away, right?
Yeah. 3 hours maybe.
Cool.
Yeah. Mushrooms. Like we did mushrooms. We would go spelunking.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So which like
count by turn.
Yeah. No, we go. So we'd eat mushrooms. We go spelunking. This is
spelunking, like mountains.
Kind of.
Caving.
We did our own thing. So we would go to West Campus and there was this huge manhole, like a sewer type grate. Right. This is why we're tripping, man. And this is the first time I had ever eaten mushrooms. And we went down this manhole and it was pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
There was like 20 of us. And there was a bar that ran, it was this little tunnel and this bar that ran between it. So you had to like shuffle your feet between there.
Oh my gosh. Or like fall off.
Or no, there's just the walls were on each side, but that was how it directed you. And you have to hold on to the dude's shoulders in front of you.
Because you can't see.
And it was probably 30, 45 minutes. And there would be random bars that you'd have to shuffle your feet so you could step over. And then you got to the end, to this door. You open this door and it went into this like 1700s chapel that was on church.
Wow.
Dude, it was wild. Yeah. And so the reason I bring that up, so I remember the first time I did it, I was like, this is like, I don't understand what's going on. This has opened a new portal to my brain. But like, I think I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And man, college, there's no consequences.
No.
Like grades were fine. Football was fine. I started all 4 years. I started every game in college. I probably could have been so much better had I did it, but I knew I wasn't going to play football after college and I was there to have fun.
Yeah. Did you wrap up your identity in football?
I did. I definitely did growing up.
Mm-hmm.
When I got to college, I was the outsider. Like everybody on the team was hardcore. Like they lived together. They, they trained nonstop. They were watching film nonstop, and I was partying. Like I was showing up high,
hungover.
Bro, I was doing K before workouts.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I don't know how that works. But
yeah, it was horrible.
You're like spaced out.
Oh, man, like just confused and like no idea what's going on, bro. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
But like I was still good. I was playing all the time.
Did you ever get high before games?
Dude, like
cocaine, probably,
I stayed
right?
high.
Okay.
No, weed.
Oh yeah.
I would have my buddies. Does that not count? We're not counting weed as a...
No. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't even
I would have
anymore.
my buddies. So we would practice in the stadium. They would meet me in the parking lot. I would say, hey, coach, I got to go to the bathroom. And I'd run up into the parking lot of the stadium, take a 6-foot bong hit out of the Jeep, and then run back down. And one of my teammates, every time, his name was Vince, he'd be like, dude, you smell like weed right now. He said, well, you didn't smell like weed like 10 minutes ago. I'm like, I don't know, man. Must be a skunk. I think there's a skunk out here somewhere.
Dude, that was when, oh man, I remember like driving up and down the freeways and like when we would smell skunks, we would turn around and drive back.
Maybe it's not a skunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the smell.
Yeah. It's a great smell.
So, so intentionally, unintentionally, stayed clean.
Yeah.
Got away from the parents. Started making your own decisions. And you're right. It's like a lot of people's college experience is consequence free. Not everybody's. I know, my cousin was at UCSB when that kid killed all those people.
Yeah.
Actually, he has like stories about him, about that kid. Like,
yeah.
And it's more common nowadays than ever, right? But like back in the early 90s, those were more innocent times anyway.
Yeah.
Like when I think of the 90s, I'm 9 years younger than you.
Right.
But I still look at the 90s as like a magical time.
Yeah. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
This was like before cell phones and
mm-hmm. I'm actually I did a podcast last night with Robert Braun.
Okay.
He's 33.
How do I know Robert Braun?
He works at Mag City.
Okay. Yes.
He's an LCDC.
He's a sober living?
Sober living. Yeah.
Okay.
But he's 33, so right behind me.
Right.
But I was literally the last like generation, age group, grade of people that didn't have cell phones all through high school.
Yeah.
And so this was when like in order to call a girl at home, you had to like there was gatekeepers.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
had to pray that their dad or mom didn't answer.
Right.
Right? It's like kids don't go through that anymore.
Yeah.
That is not a thing.
I remember when we got a second line. Like my dad had a line upstairs. And I thought that was the greatest thing ever.
Most houses still didn't have that up until like cell phones.
Yeah.
It was like very rare. It was like call waiting.
Right.
Remember call waiting.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the internet.
Yeah.
You'd
So
call
I think that's
what
we had it for was for like the dial up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AOL.
AOL. Yeah. Getting some chat rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
AIM.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if that's still. Do you know if it's still around?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think we just text now.
AIM was like the spot.
AOL Instant Messenger.
You can get in like a lot of. Did you ever get on party lines?
No.
Okay.
I did lines at parties.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Party. Do you know what party lines are?
No.
So there was like a phone number
Okay.
where like this is the way it worked. You would record a voicemail basically,
Okay.
and it'd be like the corniest shit. And it'd be like, here to party, da 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 da, got a big one, like whatever, and then hang up. And then you could call and see if people left you messages, and then you could call them back.
Oh, dude, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Is
and
it
then
still around?
No,
Oh, we got to bring it back.
This is like a pre-chat room thing.
Okay.
And then there was the party line where you could get on there and there'd be hundreds of people talking.
Yes. We should bring that back.
Dude, yeah.
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 Like a FaceTime party lines.
So they have those, right? They've got those apps now where you cycle through people.
Okay.
And then there's like the group chats
Yeah.
where like everybody's chatting with each other. So that's basically what it was, but on a phone.
Okay. I like
Right.
that.
And so like in the 90s, this was like how people would like set up parties and stuff.
Right.
You know?
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I did that.
Yeah, fun times.
Sounds a little weird.
No. So that's where like the drug culture took that over.
Right.
And it ended up becoming like a tweaker pad.
Right.
It was
I can
like
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So ketamine, college. So how'd you finish college? Like what happened?
Man, it was
Getting
great. I finished college great. Like,
Still didn't tell me what was your actual ranking in your school when you graduated?
at Klein High School?
No. In college.
I don't know. I know I graduated like near the top of my class.
Okay.
I had good grades
At an Ivy League school.
at an Ivy League school.
My sister got into Harvard. She was the first freshman to play on a starter position for females water polo at Harvard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Water polo's big up there.
Yeah.
It's also big word in California.
It is.
That's
It's
where
massive
big.
in California.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ivy League schools, it's a big thing.
They have the weird sports up there.
Yeah.
Like my buddy was the captain of the polo team.
Oh my god.
Like not water polo.
Horses.
Horse polo.
Yeah.
Right. He's from Greenwich, Connecticut.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
That makes
sure.
sense.
That's like that upper class, like British,
Yeah.
British descendants.
Right. Right.
Living in a castle still.
Yes, exactly. And crew, like rowing was huge up there.
So she played water polo her freshman year and then joined the crew.
Okay.
And then did like high level crew for the rest of her college career.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then she transferred to Brown, and that's where she really did that.
Yeah.
And then she met her
Brown,
husband.
we like to call Brown the safety school. If you can't get into the other 7 Ivy
to the
League
rest
schools,
of-
you go to Brown.
She met her husband there. They got married. So she has like an Ivy League degree.
Right.
Never used it.
Yeah.
Met her
I don't
husband.
think I have either.
Went on her honeymoon for 3 years.
Nice.
For
That's a
3
good
years and
honeymoon.
traveled the world.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is it sounds like an Ivy League thing.
Mm-hmm.
Something they all do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always bring this up. Like statistically, every school that you go to, doesn't matter where you are, but statistically, there is someone there that's the richest person, and there's someone there that's the poorest person.
Yes.
I was probably the poorest person when I was at
Really?
Cornell. Yeah, and then we weren't poor, but I hung out with guys from Greenwich and a guy that his family owned 50% of a Greek island, and another guy whose dad is the maestro at Carnegie Hall. So those are the people I hung out with.
Those are some interesting stories, I bet.
Yeah. And so being around them, and like money wasn't an object to them, so they just kind of brought me along with it the whole time, like because I couldn't afford what we were doing.
For sure. Drugs are expensive.
Yeah, they were free in college for the most part.
Yeah,
for me. For me, yeah. So I graduated. I loved Cornell. It opened up some worlds to me, like that I never would have experienced anywhere else. Like some of the relationships I made, the coaches I had in football. I went to Cornell. I chose Cornell because of the football team, because we had some NFL coaches there, and the team was good, and they recruited me heavily, and so that was why I chose Cornell over the other Ivy League schools. But those guys left after my sophomore year. Okay. They left after my sophomore year. They hired this terrible coach. So the guys that came in, they were there for 3 years. We were good. We could have won an Ivy League championship my first 2 years there. We played in the Ivy League championship game my sophomore year and got blown out by Penn. But those guys were good, and then they stayed there 3 years and they left. They went back to the NFL. And I think the athletic director was like, we don't want to do that again. So we'll get some shitty coach from a crappy school that we know will stay here. And it's like anytime there's that turnover in coaching staffs, like I wasn't the guy they recruited, like we weren't their guys, so it was like a lot of friction there, and so it led to my junior and senior years weren't that great. I shattered my thumb one game, had to have surgery and like a bunch of pins put in my thumb, and so like junior and senior year of football weren't that great. It was kind of a get to it. So then that's when the partying took off. Like I just kind of removed myself from the football crew. I still showed up, did everything, played every game that I could. Yeah. But it wasn't like a focus at all for me.
Plugged into a different culture.
Yeah, to Chi Psi, the drug fraternity. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that their reputation nationally?
No.
Okay.
They're just there.
Okay.
It's more of a, I don't think they're at most colleges.
No,
it's a
really?
Smaller fraternity.
So there's like academic fraternities and then sports fraternities, right?
Yeah. So like at Cornell, because there were so many, there was a football fraternity. There was lacrosse is huge. There was a lacrosse fraternity.
Imagine.
Hockey is huge. There was a hockey fraternity. And then, so they stuck together, and it all cycles through. Like I wasn't ever in Chi Psi, but I was definitely like an honorary member. I was there every single day, literally every day.
You were the hang around.
I was the hang around guy, and like I did all their events with them. I mean, it probably 75% of the guys, and they did not know that I was not a brother.
Okay,
because I was like there when they started, and I was there when
you left.
Yeah, exactly. So. We spent, it was a good time. Like those guys took care of me. We did, all the wild things together. They were all loaded. And so like, there was never any barriers to what we wanted to do.
Loaded as in money, not drugs. Well, both,
but mainly money,
Yeah.
Yeah. The crazy thing is even though that was like, the drug fraternity, I was still one of like the wild ones. I was like at the top of the crazy people in that, of that crew of guys that hung out.
Why do you think that is?
I think I'm an alcoholic.
Oh, that is a really good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like those guys weren't. They were in college and they were partying. Like my buddies that I still hang out with, that I go to Miami with, like they party every now and then, and they stop. They stop when they want to.
That's so weird.
Yeah. And they can control it when they want to.
That is so weird. That is such a weird thing to me where it's like the way that I like picture this is like, do you know who Carl Hart is?
Maybe. No.
He's a black neuroscientist that works at Columbia.
Okay.
But he wrote Doing Drugs for Grown-Ups.
Okay. I like it.
And he has 5 books and it's all about like doing drugs responsibly.
Yeah.
He does heroin like recreationally with his wife and shit.
Yeah. That term doesn't compute for me.
Right.
Recreationally.
Right. And
by recreationally you mean all day, every day?
No. Like when he is like feeling down, it's so weird to hear him talk about it because like he uses it in like the way that I think we all wish we could.
Right.
Yeah. You know, like
like the way we see other people do it.
Yeah.
That aren't like us.
Well, I don't
even drinking.
Drinking's a weird one too.
So I'll give you a funny little story.
Okay.
Like a month ago, we were at home, we were having a long day. The girls were like being out of control. I have 8-year-old and 4-year-old daughters, and they were a handful, man. It was a Saturday. We had a hard time getting him to bed. We were exhausted. My wife, before we put him to bed, she was drinking a glass of wine. And she's not an alcoholic. She doesn't drink much at all. And we finally got the girls to bed at like 9:30. And she came downstairs and she had a half a glass of wine and maybe a little less. And she got the bottle out. And I was like, yeah. Like, I'm always encouraging it. I'm like, get drunk. Like, good for you.
Yeah.
And she looked at me and she poured the glass back into the bottle. And I was like, bro, I was like baffled. I was like, I don't understand. What are you doing?
Yeah.
She looked at me like, I don't understand. Like, it's 9:30. I'm going to bed. And like that, I remember this was like a month or two ago. And I was like, whoa, that is the difference between us.
Yeah.
Like, I don't pour glasses back into the bottle.
I've never honestly ever heard that before, right. Ever.
Yeah. It's like, first of all, how do you even do it like physically? But second of all, dude, I'm 6 years sober. I know how this thing, or 5.5 years. I know how this thing works. And it still like blew my mind.
Yeah.
That someone could do that.
Yeah. Alcohol is, so I'm Vietnamese.
Okay.
I have an actual genetic biological allergy to alcohol. I can't process like a lot of the chemicals.
Yeah, yeah.
So I get like puffy and red and like uncomfortable and like sweaty. It's drinking.
Is this a normal Vietnamese?
It's a lot of Southeast Asians.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't produce an enzyme that processes the metabolites of alcohol.
Okay.
So we just get like, it just fills us like to toxic levels.
Yeah.
I can get drunk off like a 24 can of beer.
Okay.
And I go from like sober to passed out immediately.
Right. I would go from sober to blacked out immediately.
Well, I don't ever get to blacked out.
Yeah.
On alcohol because I go from sober to drunk to passed out so fast.
Right.
Yeah. I don't, the volume of alcohol is not enough to get me a blackout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, benzos.
Yeah. The Xanax.
Dude, immediate. It doesn't matter how much it is.
Yeah.
Benzos and muscle relaxers.
Right.
I'll black out immediately.
Right.
Immediately.
Which is the weirdest thing, man. I would like time travel all the time.
Me too.
Like start drinking Thursday and then it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah. I woke up one time. So I was 18. I was 18. And like I woke up, I don't know how many days later, like 800 miles from San Diego to Salt Lake is like 1,000 miles, basically. I was 800 miles into that drive with a car full of people driving. I convinced everybody to like take a week off from work and go snowboarding.
Yes.
And I was like, where are we? What are we doing? They're like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I don't know what's going on right now.
That's terrifying, right?
Pulled over and had this whole conversation around like what happened. And I was like, I did what?
Yeah.
What day is it?
Right.
Like, what time is it? It's like 10:30 at night. It's like, you guys are, it's snowing.
Right.
I'm blacked out.
Right.
And when it snows in Utah, it's like, well, you know.
Yeah.
The freeways, there's like actively people driving with plows on the freeways and like.
You can't see the lane. You don't know if you're in the lane or not.
And I'm like, you guys, like, I thought it was 3 days earlier. It was like blackout immediately.
Yeah.
And
that was my 30s.
Dude.
That was my 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, another time I went with like a few $1,000s. I was supposed to go to Mexico, pick stuff up and come back. I blacked out before I got to Mexico.
Yeah.
Came back like 3 days later. And my girlfriend, who's now my wife at the time, was like, where have you been? I come back with no money, no supplies, one shoe. And I'm like, I have no clue.
I don't know. They told me I went to Mexico. I don't know.
I don't think I ever made it to Mexico because she called like the lily pads of like where I had been. Right. And like people lost track of me.
Lily
like
pads, I love that.
Yeah, it was like call here, call here, call here, call here, call here. Nobody knew where I was for like 2 days.
Nice. Including you.
Including me.
Yeah.
Including me. And I'll never get that back.
Dude, but that's terrifying, right? Like thinking back on those kind of things. And the fact that I never got in trouble. I never got in trouble.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Never got arrested. Never been in jail. Never got in trouble. I've been fired from a few jobs. Some important jobs.
But you know what? Lawyers, they're always I tell people, because I was raised around lawyers.
Right.
I have a long family history of lawyers and I've done a lot of prison time.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, it's like, because everybody in prison complains about lawyers.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, the only difference between us and them is they didn't get caught.
Right.
That is it.
If you're a lawyer that got caught, you've done something real bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know. It's like, so people in addiction, like people in recovery and people in prison are like really bad at being bad.
Right.
Like just terrible at being bad people.
Right.
So we end up like in really fucked up situations.
Yeah.
There's people that are like good at being bad.
Right.
You never hear from them. You never see them. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So college, talk about law school.
Yeah. So college, I took a little time off. So I graduated in May of 2003.
Okay.
And I don't know why, but I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait till January of 2004 to start law school.
Fall semester? Oh, wait, they do trimesters?
No, they do fall and spring.
Okay.
So I started in the spring semester.
What school did you go to?
I went to St. Thomas University in Miami. There was two programs that had a joint degree. So I did my master's in sports administration and my law degree at the same time.
So still on the NFL.
Still on the sports agent thing. Yeah. And they had a program at Marquette.
Did you ever get your license?
No.
Okay.
No, because I knew immediately. I mean, I studied for the bar exam. I took the bar exam in Florida, and before I passed the bar exam, like I'd gotten a job back in Texas, and I was out of there.
Okay. Did you take the bar here too?
Yes.
Okay.
Kinda. It depends what you mean by take it.
Well, I mean, did you get a license here?
No.
Okay.
So I took the bar exam one time, but I literally sat in a hotel room for like 3 months, partying, smoking weed,
studying,
walked in, wrote my name on the test, and left.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I told people I was lying to everybody what I was doing. Like I was lying to my parents. I was lying to people that in my life. Like I clerked at a law firm here in Houston, a bankruptcy firm. And so like I was just lying to everybody. Okay. And I didn't know. I was like, so at that point. So okay, so let's go back to Miami.
Yeah,
because Miami was that was what escalated.
That's
everything.
A black hole,
dude.
Yeah,
I was in law school Monday through Friday. Mm-hmm. I was in grad school Monday through Thursday from 6 to 10 at night, and I lived on South Beach.
Okay, so
and I was 24 years old.
Wow, so was that like the median age for your law school?
Yeah.
Okay,
you usually go right after college.
Yeah. So your law school experience, was it as like uneventful as everybody else's that I know?
No, it was insane.
Really?
Bro, I partied all day, every day.
Okay.
I did cocaine all day, every day.
But everybody else's law school experience was like really boring, right?
Yeah. They just studied and went to class. And I kind of went to class. I think I had to go a little bit more.
Yeah. No, that attendance is a big, because lectures are actually.
But it was the same thing, man. I just got notes from people, studied them, like crammed the week of finals, and got A's.
Wow.
Yeah. My like favorite story is like I had this federal income tax class where it was the hardest class there. And it was a class I had to take for part of this joint degree program.
Yeah.
And I wish I could remember the professor's name, but I took it. I had to take it, so I took it the last semester of my last year, right? And it was federal income tax. It was really hard. If you missed more than 2 classes, you couldn't take the final.
Wow.
And I probably missed 20 classes.
Wow.
And it came time for the final, and I put my best lawyer skills on, and I talked to this guy. I'm like, listen, bro, what does it matter if you let me take it? If I'm going to fail it, I'm going to fail it. Just let me take it. And I got an A. And like at graduation, he like mentioned me that he's like never seen this before and how impressed he was. He told my parents this. And he was, it was crazy.
And really you missed school to fucking party.
Yeah. Yeah. Every day. I was very blessed and lucky that my next door neighbor had just gotten out of prison for flying planes for Pablo Escobar. He was my neighbor.
What was his name?
His name was Ignacio.
Okay, so it wasn't It wasn't like the American made.
No. The guy, there's a movie about him, right? Tom Cruise or something? Yeah. Tom Cruise? Mm-hmm. Not that guy. Just a random dude.
Yeah. That dude had like fleets of planes.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And
how long did he do?
Like 30 years.
Jesus.
Yeah. And he was my next door neighbor. And I remember telling everybody, this is the greatest news ever.
Yeah.
And they're like, maybe you shouldn't hang out with him. Like maybe people are like watching him.
In Miami still?
Yeah. And he's a great guy.
I'm sure he was.
Still talk to him all the time.
Really?
When I go to Miami, I talk to him. A funny story about him is the day I got out of treatment, I met with my sponsor. Mm-hmm. And we met down this was COVID 2020, April of 2020. And his wife was pregnant, so he didn't want to meet. He wanted to meet outside. Mm-hmm. So we met outside. And while we're there, this guy calls me, Ignacio calls me, and he's like, "Hey, I hadn't talked to this guy in 10 years." He calls me. He's like, "Hey, man, where are you? I just bought a weed farm in California. Send me your address. I'm going to send you like 10 pounds." My sponsor was like, "Hang up the phone. Hang up the phone." And so I was like literally getting tested the day I got out of treatment.
Wow.
Yeah. But he was a great dude. So I lived next to this guy. I got it from him, and I just went hard, man. I went hard every single day. And it kind of caught up with me. So I did great. I graduated at the top of my class in law school. I graduated with like a 4.0 in my grad school stuff.
Was it at like cum laude level or just up
no,
there?
There's something. Yeah, well, I forgot. I don't know what all those.
So there's
mean.
Sumo and summa cum laude.
I was like the second one.
And then there's sumo and just cum laude. Right?
Yeah. So
really top of your class. That is fucking crazy.
Yeah. And I still have done nothing with it to this day. With
your law degree?
With my law degree.
Okay.
Besides, like I said, I clerked at a bankruptcy firm. I did I did a lot of document review projects. For sure. Which you can get paid a ton of money for.
Right.
So I've used it. I mean, it's like, I haven't used my degree, but I used all those connections. Like,
yeah. That's
that was one of the greatest 3 years of my life.
Law school?
Miami. Law school was part of it.
Yeah, it was law school, but Miami.
Yeah. Miami was awesome, man.
Yeah.
I loved it.
And this was, again, early 2000s.
Yeah, this
was so things started to change.
06.
04 to 06.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. This was the peak of the Florida OxyContin run.
Yeah. It was wild, man. It was there are to this day there are very little laws in Miami. Like the rules kind of don't exist.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the last Wild West, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And like, I mean, most of the places on the beach have 24-hour liquor license, so there's just something going on constantly all the time. And I took advantage of it, man. I went wild. Yeah. I came back in 2006 or 2007 and started, quote unquote, studying for the bar exam here. And I was just like, I was addicted. Like I was an addict at this point and I couldn't stop.
So I know that if you have, for California is the hardest bar in the United States.
Texas is a hard one too. Texas is a 3-day bar exam. Most places are 2 days.
2 day, yeah.
Yeah, Texas is 3 days. And so there's two parts of it. There's the federal part and there's the state part. Almost every state, if you pass one part and fail the other part, you only have to take the part you failed. Texas is all or nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you get 3 tries here too?
I think you get 5.
Oh.
I think you get 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know that like if you have a California law license, you can come to Texas and not have to take the bar.
Yeah, you can waive in. It's almost for every state. If you've practiced law for a certain period of time.
If you've practiced law. So you wouldn't have qualified for that.
No, I would have had to pass the bar exam.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
you didn't.
I didn't.
You literally wrote your name on it and left.
Yeah.
Okay. And so
I wrote my name on it and I remember coming back. I remember questioning the lady like thoroughly. Like, will this count? Like, I knew it was going to count as one of my 5, but I just wanted to make sure it counted because some people knew I took the bar exam. Yeah. And I was like pleading with her, like, I don't need to come back tomorrow. And she's like, well, like, you should come back tomorrow. I'm like, but does it matter? Like, if I don't come back tomorrow, does this still count as the one I've taken? She's like, oh, yeah. I was like, perfect. Okay. So, yeah.
Thought processes,
Which my
right?
poor parents, man. My parents, like my friends, family friends, were all like
so excited for you.
And man,
oh
talk
my
about one of the
gosh.
most miserable feelings. So you take the bar exam in February and July.
Yeah.
So you take it in February.
And so everybody the whole time is like,
waiting.
We know
First
you're
week of
gonna
May,
do
and there's
great.
a website. You go to the website, and if
Pass,
you pass,
fail.
no, if you pass, they just list your name.
Oh no.
If your name's not on there, you failed. And like the whole time, oh man, talk about a resentment. That was a resentment I had to work through. Was like the bar exam.
Really?
Because then when I didn't pass it, everyone was like, "You can take it in, take it again." I'm like, I don't take it again because I knew like the life I was living. I was just getting high every day, drinking nonstop.
Have you thought about taking it again?
I have. I've thought about it. Like it's a huge undertaking.
It is.
Especially 15 years out of law school.
Yeah.
Or 20 years out of law school.
Also, everything has changed.
Yeah. And like I was at a slight disadvantage. Like I don't know if this is a disadvantage. I went to law school in Florida and I was taking the Texas bar exam.
Right. Totally different law sets.
Right. So like state property law, all that stuff, family law is all different.
Mm-hmm.
But you take classes for them. So you go to law school for 3 years and then you take a study, like a review course.
Yeah.
A review course that my parents paid $20,000 for me to take. With like it was like a guarantee if you did the class, you were going to pass.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's another, yeah. And so that whole buildup of like waiting to check the website and like me checking it, like that's how fucking delusional I was. Is I checked the website. Like I don't know, maybe my name
by
is
yourself,
on there. Right? Yeah.
Like with no one around you, you still checked it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like maybe something happened and I did pass it.
So okay.
So during this time period, I'm doing all these document reviews.
Yeah.
I'm in contact with my coaches from Cornell. So one of my strength coaches at Cornell is now the assistant strength coach for the Houston Texans.
This is your connection.
This is my connection.
Okay.
And so I was struggling. Like I was in the grips of my addiction and drinking. People around me didn't know. I had this job that I was working.
Like, did they actually not know, or you thought they didn't know?
I don't think they knew.
Okay.
So at one point they did. So, bro, this is how there's certain like things you think about. And you're like, how stupid was I? Like, how could I have done so well in Ivy League school and law school and grad school and be so stupid? So for like this short time period, I was living at my parents' house, right? And I would go out every single night. We'd go to the bar till 2 or 3 in the morning and do blow every night. And I was terrified to throw my bags of blow away because I thought the cops were going to find it. So I would take my empty bags and put them in like a Ziploc bag and then keep them under my bed.
So now you have just a bag of empty bags.
Yeah.
Under your
like
bed.
Hundreds of empty
bags. At your parents' house.
At my parents' house. And my dad found it one time. And this was like my first real, it wasn't a consequence. I was 27 years old. But it was like him finding out and like they were like so sad and scared and disappointed. And my dad, he's not like, I love my dad. He's an amazing human being, but he's not maybe the most compassionate person in the world. Like he's tough. He was tough on me. And so like he was upset. Disappointed, but it worked, man. I quit for a while. I probably quit for like doing blow for like 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
Like it scared me. Like getting caught like that. I kept getting wasted. I went on like a hard Xanax run.
That's better.
Yeah. Well, it was like in my mind, it was they can't find it. Like I don't have any leftover baggies of Xanax.
Residue.
Right. And they couldn't smell it because I was smoking a lot of pot. They couldn't smell it. And so I did that for like a year, man, doing these document reviews. And I finally, my coach from Cornell called me and he's like, hey, listen, we have this internship with the Texans. It's usually for like 18 to 22-year-olds. And at this point, I'm 28. And he's like, it pays nothing, like minimum wage at the most. And I was like, I'm in. Sign me up. That was my dream, man. The Houston Texans, like I'm a Houston guy.
Mm-hmm.
I got Houston tatted on my arm. Texas tat across my back. Sorry, it's a Slim Doug song. I think it's the other way though. But like I love Houston, man. I was a season ticket holder. My family was of the Houston Oilers. When the Texans came, my dad got Houston Texans season tickets. And so I got this job, and I worked. My internship was in the equipment room, and then my full-time job was in like the player personnel department, which was a dream, man.
Yeah,
it was a dream. It was a dream that I like very quickly ruined.
Really?
Yeah.
So what was your like responsibilities?
So in the equipment room, it was amazing. Like I literally washed the uniforms, washed like jock straps, and cleaned
It was
up.
amazing.
It was a great, because that you're like connected to the players.
Yeah.
You're in the locker room all day, every day. Like you are their guy they go to for things.
So I always thought that they got new jerseys every time they played.
No, I mean, it depends if something happened. No, we dry clean them.
Okay.
Send them to the dry cleaners. Like if one gets torn or something, they would. Where they have tons of like multiple jerseys for each player, but we would dry clean them, and that was part of my job. I'd take them to the dry cleaner.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, I had access to all of the clothes, so it was like the perfect year I started too, because the NFL switched their logo. They had a logo. It had the football with the NFL shield with like, I think it had 30 stars on it for the 30 teams. And it was the year they went to 32 teams, or they changed the 32 teams. So there were 8 divisions. So they changed the logo, right?
8 stars.
To the 8 stars. And so all of the 30-star logo stuff was like no good. And there was like a warehouse of it. So I got all this like free clothes.
Really?
And
do you still have that stuff?
I have a lot of it.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was there 20 hours a day. Like I lived down there. I lived in a hotel like right by the stadium, like they put us up in.
And this is just like for the season?
So it was a 2-year contract.
Okay.
The beginning I was in the equipment room, and then I moved into player personnel. So I was like an advanced scout. So I would scout the teams we were going to play.
That's right.
So like 3 levels of scouts. There's pro scouts, where you're scouting free agents, if other players on other teams, if you're looking to make a trade. There were college scouts that weren't even really a part of the team. They traveled nonstop. They had regions of the country, and there's advanced scouting where we scouted the teams we were going to play. So back in those days, they didn't have like the tablets on the sideline, like the iPads or the Surfaces. They had
like books, right?
They had books, and we had a camera set up with all these computers on the sideline where you could print pictures out immediately. So you'd have a live camera shot on the field. You'd print a picture out right before the snap of the ball, right after the snap of the ball, and at the end of the play. And then we'd print them out, put them in the notebooks, and hand them to the coaches.
And they were building like how they were going to train and stuff off that, right?
Yeah. So this was like live during the game.
Yeah.
So if the defense is in a certain formation, a certain front, and we have 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, they're in a 4-3 defense. Like we come out with a certain formation, how are they lining up? And then when we snap the ball, what were they doing? And so they would look at that stuff.
Right.
They would look at it on the sideline.
So this is like the hours and hours of like watching film and like strategizing.
20 hours a day, man.
Yeah.
All day.
That's amazing.
Day. And it was the greatest thing ever.
That actually sounds really fun.
It was awesome.
And so you had like it's actually a really important thing that you were doing.
Yeah. And so I came in there. So my coach obviously knew me. There was another guy on the team that my dad was doing. My dad was a banker. So my dad was like doing some investment stuff with this guy. So I knew him really well too. So like when I went into the team, I knew a couple guys and I was kind of accepted. And Lawman, that was my nickname, Lawman. That's what everybody called me.
That's so cool.
That's what the players called me. I had a guy that I worked for there that did not like this young lawyer guy came in and tried to, that was getting all the attention. He'd been there forever. His name was, I won't say his name.
Yeah,
Jaybird.
Yeah, okay.
That's what they called him. Can I say no, I'm not going to say it.
Don't say his name because I got a text message from somebody yesterday.
Okay.
And this person was like, somebody texted me from all the way across the state and said, hey, you should listen to this podcast. And this person was like, oh, I know this guy. I've actually been on his podcast.
Yeah.
So and I like yesterday, one video, I think I told you this already.
Right.
One video got 1,000 views yesterday.
Yeah.
And we've been posting for 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah. I was thinking about I'm probably saying, I haven't yet, but there's some stuff I'm going to say that my wife doesn't even know. Like about how bad it got.
Yeah.
That I sometimes worry about.
Oh yeah, we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
We're definitely going.
But so I worked for this guy. Here's the thing, man. I think I was arrogant, right? I was selfish. I was self-centered. I was like in the middle of all of this stuff.
There's a difference between arrogance and confidence, though.
Right.
Like if you can back it up, it becomes confidence.
Right.
Like, so I don't see you as like an arrogant person.
I'm not now.
I totally see how people could think you were arrogant.
Yeah. In fact, like when I was not a recovered person.
Yeah.
Like
I imagine.
Probably was arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't think I ever meant it like maliciously. I think one thing is I was just like always lauded and praised growing up by my family and by, sports teams and stuff. So I'm sure it got to my head and I didn't hold back on it.
Yeah. It's like a rare type of person that doesn't have an ego from that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. And so, this guy and we did not see eye to eye. I was like, I felt like I was working my ass off and trying to be humble and everything, but I probably wasn't. I don't know. I probably wasn't. And then there came a time, man, where I was showing up late.
Mm-hmm.
I was drinking and smoking pot nonstop.
Were you partying with the players?
No.
Okay.
No. With the coaches sometimes, like, cause that was, and the other guys that I worked with, but like, even then, man, it was like,
you partied different.
Yeah, I could tell they were looking at me like, what's wrong with this guy?
Mm-hmm.
He's insane. But I was still, so this is after my parents my dad found that stuff. And then before I restarted again. So it was just like pot and alcohol.
Okay.
And man, this is the NFL, dude. There's no room for it. Like they don't care. I was a new guy. I made no money. And so at the same time, and I won't mention his name, it's a very famous story and guy, but he was, so the coaching staff we had was incredible. There's like 5 or 6 guys that are NFL head coaches now that were just starting out on that staff. And one of the guys got fired that year because he was an alcoholic. And he was out of the league for like 2 or 3 years.
The NFL, so, and you know this because of the industry that we're a part of, but like there are certain industries and like the NFL, actually professional sports, but like airline pilots,
right,
and then law enforcement, right, where it's like, but it's so easy to get those people sober because you say, Jordan, you're gonna lose everything, everything,
like $50 million,
everything,
right,
your lifestyle, all the money,
right,
your retirement, fucking every accolade that you've ever got is gonna be fucking pointless.
Yeah,
all you got to do is stop drinking,
right,
and they're like.
Right.
I'm going to treatment for a year.
Right. Yeah. There's some famous NFL guys that are like in recovery, like Darren Waller and I think Max Crosby too.
And they're like historically a lot. So they're celebrities.
Right.
And when celebrities enter recovery, they always become, think about Robert Downey Jr., right? Like, they always become like massive faces of recovery.
Right.
And they typically have a really good story.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Which I also don't know how those guys do that.
What, like be public about it?
Be public. So like, I always think about them going to 12-step meetings. Like how hard that must be. We went to the Council on Recovery has a luncheon, a spring and a fall luncheon. And last year was Hank Azaria. Were you there for that?
No, I wasn't even like involved.
It was in October.
Yeah.
And Hank Azaria's got a lot of sobriety and he's a 12-step guy. And I remember him saying that he would go to meetings with, I guess he said it, so it's not like secret. He went to meetings with Matthew Perry, and then like the next day, his entire share in a meeting, Matthew Perry's, was in like the newspaper.
Wow!
Someone was in the meeting with him, and like contacted like TMZ or somebody and told him everything that he was saying in the meeting.
Wow!
Yeah,
yeah. Matthew Perry actually was one of the speakers for that. Like his plaques on the wall.
Yeah. A long time ago. Yeah. So that
is really fucked up.
Yeah. So like you think about that, like there's I don't know if he's real famous, a famous dude that I've become connected with that lives in LA that is in recovery and we talk almost every day. And I think about it all the time. Like, how does he go to meetings and not get
meetings like lend themselves to this? I mean, from my experience, it's like everybody's equal.
Right.
And if you have like a home group, I'm sure they just treat him like a normal guy.
Right. Exactly.
But if you go to like, so I from being from Southern California and like the culture that I was a part of, Danny Trejo is like a god.
He spoke at one of the luncheons.
Yeah. He's awesome. Got a plaque on there too.
Yeah.
He has a following though. He goes to meetings every day, but he speaks at the meetings.
Right.
And he's got posses of people that follow him to these meetings. Yeah. So the first time I went and saw him talk, dude, it was like a basement, a massive basement, and it was like nuts to butts, people standing everywhere, and it was like, I was like, this is like a god of recovery.
Yeah.
You know, like
he's got a long time too.
He does. He has a really crazy recovery story too.
Yeah,
because I don't know how accurate. Like,
I'm sure they embellish a little bit.
Yeah. I'm sure it's that too. But he's like connected to like heavy hitter organization, like criminal organization, and is like still connected to them. That's all I'm going to say. Right. But, and so they like, from what I understand from like prison culture and like all that stuff is like, they still like back him.
Yeah.
And they like send people to protect him and like, so it's a crazy, he's got to create that level of connection in the underground.
Yeah.
And then like you mix that with AA and it's like, how do you do this?
Yeah. The anonymous part goes away.
Totally goes away. That's funny. Like the anonymous part, because that's like the crux of all of their principles is anonymous, right?
Yeah.
But it's like nobody's actually anonymous.
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about it openly.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. So this was like 2009 at this point, and they were just like, this is funny. I've finally come to grips with this like in the last year.
Okay.
But like my contract didn't get renewed.
Big surprise.
Yeah, and it was like my contract didn't get renewed, and then I started telling this story recently, probably like last year, and I'm like, oh, I got fired. I definitely got fired. Like I got escorted out by the director of security for the Texans, like to my hotel room. Like, we need all your stuff back, bro. Like, you're fired. And I think I might even, I don't know if I did, but I was like, I'm gonna write a letter to HR about the way this guy treated me. He was like, he was like rude to me the whole time. It's like, that's how delusional and entitled I was.
That's
like,
so funny.
I'm not showing up for meetings. They don't know if my reports are right, and I'm gonna write a letter to HR.
Yeah. They fucked me over.
I'm gonna make sure that I never work in the NFL again. Is basically what I was thinking.
Wow.
Not thinking, but that's what I would have been doing. And man, this was like in a so this is like, and maybe everything that I was doing kind of built up to this, but man, I was drinking, like blackout drinking every single night. I was smoking pot all day, every day. I was in a terrible relationship. I was in a terrible relationship with a girl that I got pregnant and got engaged to and lived with. And like, it was not good. It's not good for her. Mm-hmm. It's not good for me. And this was end of 2009. So I was not working with the Texans anymore. I met a Cornell alumni at a football event, and he was a home builder. And he's like, can you do some contract work for us? So I started doing that, like revising contracts, reading contracts for him. He's like, we're thinking about starting a home building division. They were from El Paso. We're going to start one here in the Woodlands. This is 2008, 2009, like terrible economy time.
Okay. But it boomed after that, right?
It did boom after that, probably like 4 or 5 years though. It took a while.
Okay.
He's like, do you want to learn how to build, or, you want to be a part of this if we're going to stay in the Woodlands? Like, sure, man. Like, I didn't really care at this point. I was like, I just ruined my dream job. I was with this girl that I thought, I don't know what was going on with that situation, but I came home one day and I caught her with someone else, and then she disappeared.
Was it your kid?
It was my kid.
Okay.
For sure. And, well, I guess I don't know, but it was my kid, but she disappeared right after this happened. We're in our apartment. She's gone, and like a week later, came back, and she had gotten an abortion. Like, she left, and like didn't tell me or anything. And man, I just kind of lost it then. So I went to, and within like a week, this home builder guy was like, "Hey, we're not going to do anything in Houston. The market's just terrible right now. We're not going to do it. I'm going back to El Paso. Do you want to go?" I was like, "Yes. Let's go to El Paso." Like, I didn't care. I didn't care where it was.
El Paso is crazy.
El Paso was real crazy, especially in 2009, 2010.
Yeah. Oh, that's like there was a drug war starting again.
It was the Picas.
Yeah.
It was considered this the most dangerous city in the world, like more than like
Juarez,
in Iraq.
right?
Yeah. Juarez, which is right across the river.
It's touches El Paso.
Bro, it's like they say the river, but it's like 2 feet wide.
Yeah,
right there.
it's a trickle.
Yeah, in some parts, like there's not even any water.
Yeah,
and I mean it was UTEP, University of Texas El Paso. Like the campus was getting hit by bullets from like gunfire across the border.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like heads were showing up in the back of pickup trucks from like cartel stuff that was going on, and everyone was like, "You can't go to Juarez. Like you just can't go over there." So I went there every single night.
Yeah,
I literally walked across the border every single night to go get drugs.
Yeah,
I was working. I was building houses. I was they were teaching me how to build a house. I was there by myself. And man, you want to talk about how white I am? Let me tell you how white I am. I would walk across the border, buy drugs, put it in my pocket, and walk back. And every time they're like, "You're good, man. Keep going. Just keep going."
So my wife and I, San Diego and TJ are the same thing.
Right.
And we spent years going back and forth, like sometimes daily for months.
Right.
And her big charge, she got caught with like a 1/4 pound heroin in her pocket.
Okay.
Because I was like, what? She was like, I did it all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought you were like packing it up.
Right. It's in her pocket.
No. And the thing was, like, the people that we were working with paid people that were on the job to like look the other way.
Right.
So she was like, why keep doing that when they just walk us through every time?
Yeah.
I was like, so she got caught with it like in her pocket.
Oh,
and I was
man.
like, what are you doing? And my wife is like you. She's a red-haired, blue-eyed white girl.
Yeah.
Pasty white.
Yeah.
It was like, and so now like that's on a record.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. So I never got caught. I was only there for like 8 months. They decided to start a division in Austin. And like, that was kind of the plan for me. The plan was like, let's bring you out here. We'll teach you every aspect of the business, like the purchasing part, the estimating. And man, I had no direction in my life at this point. I had, quote unquote, failed the bar exam. I'd been fired from like this NFL job. I was not going to take the bar exam again. And this like gave me a little bit of purpose. I think I told you this the other day. Like I loved the aspect of building a house.
Yeah. Problem
just
solving.
every single day. And it was a different problem and you had to figure it out. And every problem had a solution. You just had to figure out what it was. And I loved that. So we moved out to Austin, started a division here. And I did well, man. I like really thrived for a while. I stayed with them for probably 2 years. I started working with another home builder on like their custom home division, build on your lot division. And this is so I met my wife my future wife in Austin. We were at she's going to kill me for telling the story, but I'm going to tell it because it's great. We were we met at a wedding. So my cousin married her childhood friend.
Okay.
So we were in Dallas. She's from the Dallas, Fort Worth area. We were up there for the wedding. It was a New Year's Eve wedding. I met her she was in line in front of me. Like, you want a tequila shot? And she like purposely looked to see what tequila they didn't have. She's like, oh yeah, I only take Patron. I was like, they don't have that. So then I got wasted, and it was my mission that night. I was like, I got to find Patron. So I remember I went through the hotels, like at a resort, past like 4 of the hotel bars, out the front door, across the street to another bar, got 2 shots of Patron and carried them back in my pockets. Like, found her and I was like, here. And I still remember, man, we talked about it. Her mom was like, no, I'm good. Like, I think there's literally a pocket lint in the shot. She's like, I'm good, man. And I was probably wasted. I've never met this girl ever. Talked to her for 10 seconds. And her mom was like, be a lady and take the shot.
No.
Yes. So I was like, all right. So she and that was it. That was my mission, man. It was to give her the shot. So I was like, all right, sweet, see ya. Didn't talk to her again. Didn't talk to her the rest of the night. I remember a few months later seeing like my cousin's pictures on Facebook from the wedding, and I was like, oh, that's the shot girl. And so reach out to her like through Facebook. We messaged back and forth or whatever, and we realized we both lived in Austin, and we didn't know that. And so I'm like, let's go out. So we go out. The first time we ever go out, she doesn't drink one thing. She has food poisoning, and bro, she's vomiting all over my car, my house. Like I had to take her home. We had to stop like 3 times on the way home so she could vomit out.
What'd you guys eat?
We didn't eat out. I don't even remember. I think we went to a concert. My buddy was in a band. We went to the concert. I don't remember what we ate. I just remember driving her home and like, this is on video, but it was literally like, get out. Like, I was like, see ya.
Wait, you said you got it on video?
No. No, I was like, this is on video.
This is on video. No, so definitely this is on video.
I was like booting her out of the car.
That's so funny.
And didn't talk to her for another year.
Oh my gosh.
So that was like, yeah, we went a whole year. I did not talk to this girl.
Did you like think about her and stuff?
No.
Okay.
No. Vomit girl. I talked about her because she was vomit girl for a long time. And
she went from shot girl to vomit girl.
Yeah. And so the funny part is the next year it's New Year's Day, and I'm like so hungover, vomiting. And I'm like, I wonder what vomit girl's up to. So I texted her. This is probably 2012 at this point. Yeah, it's probably 2012. I texted her, and then we started hanging out. And yeah. I remember thinking,
the rest
like,
is history.
Yeah. I loved this girl. Like, she was everything I was looking for in a wife. Like, she came from a great family. But I also remember thinking, like, this might be the one that can, like, slow me down. Because I needed to slow down.
Yeah.
I was out of control.
Yeah. How old are you at the time?
32?
Yeah, 32.
32. I was making good money. My career was starting to get a little more successful in the home building stuff.
How's your addiction?
It was all just smoking pot like all day, every day.
Okay.
Like made sure I had the bong by my bedside loaded up. So if I randomly woke up at 2 a.m., I'd take a bong hit, and then drinking like a bottle of whiskey every day.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah. And like going out, I mean, we talk about this stuff now, but a lot of this stuff is her fault because she saw the signs, man. This girl should have been gone a long time ago.
Oh, it's her fault. Yeah.
It's her fault that she stayed through it all.
Yeah.
But man, there were definite signs. But I was good. Like I was good at hiding it. I was making good money, and I think that hit a lot too.
That is definitely a max that people can hide behind for a really long time.
And it was after we got married and I had my own home building company, it was a huge mask.
Yeah.
And it like definitely escalated the problem.
Okay. So we are now here, right? We are at the gates of your downfall, right?
So here I'll say this. So we moved in together. I was building houses in Austin. My dad reached out to me. So my dad did like construction lending for builders forever.
Okay.
He reached out to me. He's like, hey, listen, I got a partner here. His partner is an architect. They want to start a home building company here in Houston. You'd be perfect for it. So I came to Kimberly, and I had been together for probably a year now.
Okay.
We both lived in Austin still, and I came to Houston to meet with this guy. It was perfect. It was a perfect opportunity. He did all the architecture stuff. I could do everything building wise. And so I moved here in 2013. 2013? Yeah, probably 2013. And so she did what women do, man. She womaned me.
Yeah.
So when we were together, she was like, hey, I smoke pot every day. She's like, whatever, it's fine. And then we moved in together, and she's like, maybe like if you did it a little bit less, like maybe only if we go to movies or sporting events. I was like, all right, that's fine. And then we got engaged, and she's like, yeah, like definitely don't do it every day. Like I need to slow down. And then like probably the day we got married, she's like, yeah, you can't smoke pot anymore.
Dude, so a good wife trains her husband.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And she did great. She trained me. But at the same time, it was like, who is this person to tell me what to do? Like,
you're building resentments?
Yeah. I had a hard time with it, man. I struggled with like putting two lives together. Yeah. I was selfish, and I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and I had a good career, and I was going to make a lot of money. So like, who is she to tell me what I can or can't do?
Yeah. And pot's highly illegal here.
Yeah.
Like prison for nothing.
Right. Which is insane.
It's insane. Yeah. Totally insane.
I work in the drug and alcohol treatment field, and I think it's insane.
Yeah. I mean, I have been caught with meth
Right.
And it was under an ounce. So they like take it from you and tell you to go home, you know?
Right.
And it's like you get caught with a couple grams here and you're going to jail
Right.
for sure.
Right.
You might not go to like jail forever, but like you're going to jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So I remember, I can still remember that whole progression. It was like, why smoke pot every day? I've been smoking pot every day, all day for like 10 years. What am I going to do? So I was like, I got to find something that she can't smell.
Xanax.
Vicodin.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And man, that got bad. That was like 70, 80 a day, every day.
Have you ever gotten your liver checked?
No.
So Vicodin is like 95% acetaminophen.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
dude, I would get rashes like all over my body. Like,
that's your liver.
Yeah.
Vicodin.
And like not knowing what it was, freaking out like something's wrong with me. I wouldn't take Vicodin for like 2 days and it would go away. And then I'd start eating them again and it would come back. I'm like, I still don't know what it is. Like, it must be something. I'm supposed to be eating something.
Yeah.
And man, I went hard. So it was the crazy part about that is I was take one Vicodin and I'd have to have a full stomach. I'd have to lay down and then I could take a Vicodin.
Okay.
And within a month, it was like 10 at a time, chewing them 10 at a time all day, every day. And so
gross.
So gross, man.
So gross.
And, I remember at some point my stomach was a disaster. I had headaches nonstop. And I was like, I got to quit. And so I quit. I did quit cold turkey. Like I quit. It was a miserable.
How did that go?
It was terrible.
Yeah.
But you know how it went? My buddies from New York started mailing me ketamine in the mail. And that helped.
Yeah, that's a solution.
That helped. And then man, that got weird too. So I started like slurring. My wife was a nurse. So I started like slurring my words and stuff when we'd be having conversations. And it was like point blank a couple times. She would ask me, are you having a stroke right now? Yeah. I was like, I got to stop talking. Okay, I got to stop. I'm just going to like go to bed or something. And so that didn't last very long. And man, it was, so we get married in 2015.
And this is all off like the ripple effects of an addict having to stop smoking pot.
Yeah. 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 I just didn't know what else to do. Like I knew I was uncomfortable with who I was. I had never, at this point, like there was a physical addiction to like the stuff I was doing, but I just remember being like, I'm bored. Like I need a lot of my stuff all came from like the need for validation from people, man. And if I wasn't getting it, and like I wasn't going to get, it doesn't matter. You can insert person here. Like I wasn't going to get the needed validation I needed.
Yeah. Because you weren't comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah. And so that went on for a little while. I quit that. So we got married in 2015, right? We lived here.
3 years together.
3 years together. We dated for a year, got engaged for a year. So it was probably 2012 that we met.
Okay.
Dated for a year, got engaged for a year, got married in 2015. And at this point, the home building company was good, man. We were building houses in the Heights. We were building like $2 million houses. They were beautiful. We had a property down in Seabrook, 2 houses we built there, and then a 50-lot community we developed.
Luxury homes?
Luxury homes.
Cool.
I mean, they were nice. They were, and then we had some property in League City that we were developing and building houses on. And so like 2015, my dad and I were both a part of the company, so we were like partners. Another partner too. 2015 to 2018, highly successful.
Okay.
Making tons of money. I had a daughter that was born in 2017, and I remember that was like the beginning of the okay. So first it was Kimberly. She'll get me sober. She'll help me out, and that didn't work. It kind of went the other way. And I was like, okay, my daughter will be born. I hear about people having kids all the time, and that makes them
grow up.
And man, there was a lot of like, grow up. You need to be a man. But we talked about the money part earlier, man. We were making so much money that I think no one just cared to figure things out.
Yeah. A lot of people see the exterior and they're like, we're not changing anything.
Right.
This is working.
Yeah.
And even people who are aware of like, maybe there's a problem, like people understand that like getting sober derails everything.
Right. Yeah.
So they're just like, just stay doing what you're doing. And then when it really becomes a problem, they're all fucking pissed at you.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And there were so many signs too, just the early signs. Like I destroyed a bar in Austin one time with like, it was like, I'm going to tell the story. This is a great story.
Okay.
This is a huge recovery story.
Okay.
Of like important in my life. And I might have told you this already, but, so I had we had a partner here he was a defense contractor in Iraq.
You told me about this guy.
Yeah. Right after 2001. And, we built shipping container houses together. He was in.
Oh, those things are dope.
Yeah, he lived in Iraq. He worked for Halliburton. He lived in a shipping container there. Started doing fiber optic cables in Iraq and Afghanistan. Made a boatload of money. Came back here, started an internet company. Was like, he still is to this day. Everything he starts turns to gold.
Okay.
Just a great guy, and so he wanted to build shipping container houses here. He knew the architect I was working with. We all partnered up. We built some badass places in Fifth Ward, actually, like over in like a tough part of town. Mm-hmm. He's a like charitable guy, like always helping people. Owned an orphanage at one point, so he's like a awesome human being.
Yeah,
and he wanted to build it over there, like build something affordable that people could afford. And the bad thing that happened is that you couldn't get financing for any of these houses because there was no comps. There's no way to appraise them because there was nothing around there. So some of them he ended up giving away, like to families that needed them. Some of them he would just have to find the right guy to buy them. But we built some amazing things. And this is before Kimberly and I were married, but we went to, we were in Austin, and we went to the shipping container bar on Rainey Street. It's a bar in Austin on Rainey Street that's just made out of shipping containers.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's a really cool place. And I called this guy. I was like, dude, you got to come out here. We could do this. Like, this is our next thing. Like, fuck these houses. Like, we're going to build just commercial. Bars. Yeah. Yeah, bars. Exactly. And so he comes out there. I meet him at the W Hotel. And this was like a big Xanax stage for me. And so I'm like 4 bars deep.
Blacked out.
And I get up, it's me and my fiance or my girlfriend at the point, Kimberly, and then him and his girlfriend. They drive out there to meet us. They stay at the W Hotel. We meet them at the W Hotel for drinks. I'm eating Xanax and drinking whiskey, and I stood up to go to the restroom and like face planted on this table, a glass table that in turn, like dominoes, knocked over every other glass table in this bar that shattered everywhere, bro.
Oh, no.
Like so much glass. Chairs were broken, probably 25 tabletops shattered all over the W Hotel bar. And so I go to the bathroom and I come out, and I remember coming out of the bathroom being like, I think a bomb must have gone off. Like something bad happened.
Because you don't remember what happened 30 seconds before.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I was like, should we leave? Like, what's going on? So I noticed they had moved. They're in a different area of the bar now. And I go sit down with them, and I'm like, guys, what happened out here? And Kimberly's like, you did this. And I was like, I was in the bathroom. What are you talking about? I didn't do this. I literally just got out of the bathroom right now. And she was like, oh my God, you did this. You fell over and knocked all these tables over. You did this. And so I remember, so I go to sit down. And she's like, you are not sitting down. Like, please, we're leaving. So we leave the bar. On Monday, this guy calls me up. He's like, please come by my office. You can't, like, I don't ever want to see you again. I owe you money. He gave me money. I was like, do you mind if can I call your girlfriend? Like, apologize to her? He's like, bro, if you even see her, like, on the street, like, turn and go the other way. Like, don't acknowledge her. And so the best part of that story is fast forward, like, 10 years. There's another part of the story, but, like, his old office building is in the Heights. And he owned this building. I used to go there all the time for meetings, not sober. I would do cocaine on the table in there. I would drink in there. I did other things in the bathroom there that I shouldn't have done. And his office is in the Heights. So we go. I work in this field. I work in the treatment industry, and I go to an open house in the Heights, and it's his old office building.
Wait a minute, the Black Horse?
Black Horse.
No.
Yes. So I go to the Black Horse open house. And I'm walking around like, this is Sniper Hill. This is his old office. So I'm like freaking out at this point. I'm telling everybody, and Honda and Courtney are like, hey, maybe we don't need to tell everybody this story.
Yeah.
Not during the open house. And so I tell everybody. So that night I go home and I'm like, I gotta reach out to this guy. I gotta find him somehow because I need to make an amends to him.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to my sponsor at some point about it. Like, I need to make an amends. And he's like, well, let's go. Let's see if we can find him. And I couldn't find him anywhere. We went by the old yard where he owned the shipping containers, and he had sold that property. So I was like, I'm never gonna find this guy. So that night after this open house, I Google him. And it's the first fucking name that pops up, like the very first name. Mm-hmm. Like, it was obviously, it was not looking very hard.
Yeah.
And it's for a place. He was the owner of like a 5-star drug and alcohol treatment center in South Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you reach out.
So I reach out. I go on the contact thing. It's through WhatsApp. I'm like, hey, I'm Jordan. I work in the U.S. and this. I'm trying to get a hold of so and so. Like, we used to do business together. I'm trying to see if I can get in touch with him. The next day, I get a text message from this guy, and his name's still on my phone. Like, his contact saved in my phone. So I wasn't looking very hard to find him.
Right, yeah.
So we meet up. We had coffee the next day. We talked for like 4 or 5 hours. We've been in like constant contact since then.
That's cool.
He's building a new place in Cape Town, a psych hospital. So he's like literally inviting me out there for the open house to fly out there with him and check this whole thing out.
Man, that's awesome.
But yeah, it was an amazing, like, full circle story.
Yeah, for sure.
So again, my wife probably should have known.
Yeah. Did she put 2 and 2 together at that point that like you were taking pharmaceuticals?
It took a while, man. And I don't know, like, her and I haven't really talked about it, but like at some point she had to have known, but I don't want to speak for her. I'm assuming she kind of willfully ignored it, or there's nothing in her family, like no history of it.
Okay, so maybe slight unaware.
Yeah.
Slightly unaware.
Yeah. Definitely unaware. She did one time like pull out a huge bag of white powder out of my wallet one time. I was like, what is this? And I remember saying,
laundry detergent?
No, I wish I would have said that. I was like, that's for my razors. She's like, your razors? I was like, yeah, I pour it on my razors, like keep them fresh. She was like, oh, all right.
Really?
Yeah.
Gee, yeah. I wish that worked.
Again, dude, the money, man. We were making good money.
You're right.
So this is, we lived in the Heights at this point. We had a 2-year-old. So our daughter was born in 2017. We're living in the Heights, making a ton of money. But then it gets to the point where we're making like, I don't know the exact numbers. Say we're making $30,000 or $40,000 a month. Mm-hmm. And can't pay the house note, can't pay the car note, the electricity's getting shut off. Like I was probably spending $1,000 a day.
On coke?
On coke.
Wow.
Coke and pills and alcohol. Just every day.
Okay.
And it was terrible, man. Like I woke up every day like praying to God, like, please let me stop. Please let me stop. I can't do it today. And
but tomorrow. That's the day.
Well, the thing is like I wake up, I'd be like begging, and I didn't wake up that often because I didn't go to sleep that often. But I would, the days that I did wake up, I would like beg God to like, please help me stop. Because at this point, I don't know anything about addiction. I just know if I can stop, then I can choose to stay stopped.
So did you realize that you were addicted to those things?
Yeah, for sure. Because I knew I couldn't stop. Because every single day it was like, I'm not doing it today. And every single day I did it today. Mm. And like maybe there was like a day or two that I wouldn't do it because I was like passed out the whole day, and but it was bad, man. I had a 2-year-old at the time. My daughter was born. Like I wasn't there for that, and man, this is when the money started running out. My dad, we'd slowed down building stuff. My dad was like, I want out, and he knew something was going on for sure. Mm-hmm. He wasn't as blind to it as I was. So my daughter was born. Things had gotten out of control at this point. I remember Kimberly at one point just like knowing she had threatened to leave a couple times. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm gonna take our daughter and leave and go back to Dallas, and then I started cycling through jobs. So I quote unquote bought my dad out, and then just completely ran the company into the ground within a year. Like went from a multi-million-dollar company to $0 in less than a year.
Okay, and what happened with the partners?
Man, one partner he left. Him and my dad both left.
just split based on what was going on with you?
Yeah, I couldn't. So they didn't know how to build a house. I knew how to build a house, and I wasn't building houses. And the construction loan interest was just piling up on us. Mm-hmm. We had done some hard money financing too. So like the interest was like super high when we wanted to get started on a couple projects. And it's like probably the circumstances around it were probably not like home builder circumstances, but it was like normal home builder problems. Mm-hmm. Couldn't build the house fast enough, couldn't sell it fast enough. The market was a little weird, probably by like 2018, 2019. So they got out. I wanted to keep it going. I could not get these loans on my own at this point. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, if it wasn't for my dad, I would have a bankruptcy on my name.
Okay.
But he was able to. He just took over everything. He's like, get out of here. And I was like, okay, yeah, fine. And so I got another job. I cycled through some good jobs, man. I got a great job with a home builder that I made it a week. He fired me after a week. I got another job with another home builder that I made it a month. And it's only because I had to ride around with the dude for 3 weeks.
And he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then he left town. He had to go out of town for like a funeral. And I was like, I got this, man. And I just didn't show up for a week. And they're like, yeah. I remember, dude, I was like, this was like crying to people, like my bosses, like just crying to them, like, you can't fire me. You don't understand. Like, I have no money. My life's in shambles. And they were like, can you please get out of here?
Yeah. Like, what do you mean I can't?
Yeah.
Bye.
You haven't shown. Yeah. Then I got a job with Amazon as a delivery driver.
Okay.
I made it one day. I only made it one day. Yeah. That was a tough one, man. So I lived in the Woodlands. The warehouse was in Sugar Land. My delivery area was League City.
Okay.
So it's a lot. So I drove to Sugar Land, picked up my truck and like 400 packages, and then I couldn't deliver the packages without cocaine. So I had to go back to the Woodlands to get that.
No way.
And they called me. They're like, where are you right now? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm out here slanging packages. Like, I'm doing my thing. They're like, no, you're not. You're in the Woodlands.
You're like, fuck.
I was like, oh, they got a tracker on this thing?
Hell yeah.
And I remember being, they're like, you got to come back. Please bring the truck back right now. I'm like, no, I'm delivering these packages. So I delivered them all. Like, it was like, they were supposed to be there by 2 p.m. I think I got them there by like midnight.
Oh, my God.
And like, showed back up and they're like, we'll let you know when you're back on the schedule. Like, thanks. And so that was
one day.
One day, man. And it was during Prime Day. So it was in July. So it was like 700 degrees outside, and I'm doing cocaine and like trying to deliver packages.
Just like pouring sweat, bringing people. You're like throwing packages.
Yes. But I got them all delivered, man. I got them all delivered. But this was like, dude, this was like a really dark time for me.
I bet.
Like this was 2019, like July of 2019. So a year after the home building company went down.
Okay.
10 years after I had my NFL job. I've got a law degree. I can't keep a job. My wife knows something's going on.
But not sure what.
Not sure what. Like, I'm not there for our daughter.
Why weren't you there?
I'm just like, I mean, I may have been there, like, physically, but okay. Out of it. All sleeping all day. I would leave the house for, days at a time. And then.
Were you doing like so in a lot of coke, the culture, it's like a lot of hanging out in hotels.
Dude, I would do it by myself.
Yeah.
All day, every day. Mm-hmm. Never with anybody else.
Right.
There'd be times that I have to go pick it up at a bar.
That's like a misconception. Most people think that like you're with people.
Yeah.
You're by yourself in a hotel.
Yeah. And like, I couldn't talk. I was like so whacked out on my mind. Sure. I couldn't talk.
And don't let the housekeeping knock on that door because you're like, oh shit. It's the cops.
They're gonna find me.
Yeah.
And like open the blinds 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm. My wife tells this story. This was the first house that we moved into together. And we like moved an hour out of San Diego because I had to get away from like the city. We still drove to San Diego every day, but we like lived way out in Temecula. And I would sit, we rented these 2 rooms. It was like the front room and the back room.
Right.
They were like right next door to each other. And our bedroom was the back room and the front room faced the street. Right. And I sat facing the window all night long like this. All night, every night. Just at the window.
Yeah.
And she would be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And they're like, I know the next car that comes down this fucking road is the cops.
Right.
I know they know that we're here.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, dude, go the fuck to sleep.
And then you ever think about like what would have happened if it was the cops?
Dude. Okay, so the crazy part is the end of that street the street that we were living on, there is a big white supremacist gang that lived in a compound at the end of the street. So there were cops that would go down that street. Right. And I would be like,
it's them.
Dude. And they would like pass by and it'd be like,
the worst, bro. Living like that is just so miserable.
The amount of anxiety, like the amount of like mental stress that goes into it, and then the lack of sleep.
Yeah.
But the amount of stress is like, no wonder we're like 110 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So like 2019, end of 2019 was dark. It was the worst that it had ever gotten. I wasn't working. I was trying to do some of these document reviews, which I actually was killing it at because they would let you work unlimited overtime, and I would just get blow and like go into these offices and you could work any hours.
Yeah. Like that is typically when a lot of that goes down is through the night.
Yeah.
The document reviews.
Yeah, because a lot of attorneys do it after hours, like after they're done with their stuff. So but man, I started doing all the bad things, like pawning everything.
Oh no.
Like pawning my parents' Rolexes, pawning all of
like stealing them and pawning them?
And then lying about it.
Yeah, of course.
Like I don't know what you're talking about. Stealing like credit cards from people and running that up, pawned my wife's wedding ring and never got it back.
Wow.
All of the things. Mm-hmm. Used our company credit card there's a pawn shop on 610 and Ella, shout out to the Sunbelt, that's got like 700 DeWalt drills in there. I would just buy like a $400 DeWalt drill on a credit card and then pawn it for $80, like over and over and over. Which I'm surprised these guys kept taking the drills from me. Because it's like at some point you got an overabundance of your stock here.
Yeah.
But they didn't care.
That shit sells.
Yeah, exactly.
And $80. They're like, we'll take these all day.
$400 drill.
Yeah.
And like they were like, at some point they were like, do you have receipts for these? And I was like, yeah, here's the receipt right here. And so that was it got really dark, man. Like the stress of like them finding out and like I'm just lying to my wife about what happened to the ring. So it was the day our daughter was born. I went home and took the ring out of the safe. And pawned it.
Class act.
Yeah, dude.
That's class.
Terrible, man. And then just lied about, oh, yeah, I sent it in to get cleaned. And you know what? There's certain times where, like, I thought God was on my side, but it might have been the devil on my side because I sent it in to this guy, well, quote unquote, the jeweler we got it from. It's like, yeah, he's going to clean it for us. And I was like, I don't know what that'll buy me. A week or two?
Yeah, 3-day turnaround on cleaning.
While this ring was there getting cleaned, the guy died. And so, bro, I milked that
You're
for
like,
months.
God,
yes. We're never going to get it back.
I'm supposed to be doing this.
Yes. And so, man, that was tough. And then, like, when I would pawn it, get it out, pawn it, get it out. And, like, eventually I couldn't get it out. And I remember that being, like, devastating. Like, that was, like, a threshold that I crossed at that point.
Yo, and the whole time she thinks like dead dude just still hasn't given it back, and like you're playing money games with it,
right, for
like pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, it was like a $10,000 ring that I got like $1,200 for, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, so end of 2019, man, beginning of 2020. There's a part in there that she definitely doesn't know. I don't know if she's gonna listen to this or not, but I OD'd at one point. I got Narcan back to life. Like I was gone.
Like contaminated or intentionally doing fentanyl?
No, I'm assuming it was cocaine. I'm assuming there was fentanyl in it. This was 2019.
That is when fentanyl really started to hit the market.
Yeah.
And
but it wasn't talked about really at that point. And like I wasn't gonna. I think about that all the time. Like, would I have tested it? No. It's
actually illegal in Texas to have fentanyl test strips.
Which makes perfect sense.
0 cents at all. It's fucking crazy.
And so that happened, and it didn't matter. Like I was sure I was upset about it or like scared. But it was like just keep doing more.
Like, okay, I can't go to that guy anymore.
Yeah. That guy, my guy was in jail. I bought it from the same guy every day for 6 years. Like this dude would show up in like a Honda Accord and then like an Audi and then like a Mercedes.
Your money.
Yeah. But he was great. He would drive by my house and just throw it out the window over my fence and I'd go get it. And so
the relationships that form between drug addicts and drug dealers are so funny.
Yeah.
Because they become like best friends
man.
all the time.
So this guy, and actually when I got sober, like I got out of treatment, and probably like the first week or two out of treatment, I was like calling him and begging him. But at this point, I was like, I'll just do a little bit.
Yeah.
I can control it.
Of course, yeah.
And he was like, bro, no, I will never sell you drugs again. So I was like, at least he had somewhat of a conscience.
Dude, drug dealers there's like, they have a bad rap and they do bad things.
Right.
They sell drugs to kids a lot of the time.
Right.
But when somebody gets sober, they draw hard lines on that.
Yeah.
Across the board, a lot of drug dealers will do. And then you got the idiots that'll like, oh, you're sober? Here.
Yeah. Try to rehook you. Those people, a lot of those people work for treatment centers too.
Kenny Chapman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I remember beginning of 2020, things had gotten bad, man. My wife was leaving. She was going to leave. We were talking about divorce, I'm sure.
Was it like still unaware of the actual problem?
No. So what had happened at this point, we had moved. So I had a plan, man. I had a great plan. The plan was I was going to go as long as I could. And then...
That always works.
Yeah. And then I was going to tell him. Right? I was just going to tell them.
Of course, because now they understand.
Well, and I've been lying for so long, like they're going to appreciate me telling the truth.
For sure.
So we were out of our house. We couldn't pay for our house anymore. We had no money. My wife was working. She's a nurse. And we moved back up north to be by my parents because she needed help with our daughter. And I was not helping. Mm-hmm. We moved in with my parents for like 6 weeks, and it was terrible because my dad hated me at this point. Mm-hmm. Kimberly hated me at this point. They hated each other at this point, just because it was just so bad. Like
massive friction on all fronts.
And we were living up there, and that was when I told them, I was like, guys, I'm on drugs.
Did you like sit them down and do like the whole like?
Yeah, and I remember my dad was like, no fucking shit. You know you're not, like, are you kidding me? Like, he was like upset that I told him because I was like telling him like it was a revelation. Mm-hmm. And but that bought me time. So I was like, I'm gonna go to a therapist. So I agreed to go to a therapist, which she was a great therapist. She had an amazing bathroom that I did cocaine in every single time I went to see her. And went there for like 6 months. And she saved my life, actually, because she kept putting it in my head. She was like, you need to go to rehab. Mm-hmm. But if you won't go to rehab, you should go to a 12-step meeting. And I remember thinking, like, I'm not going to a 12-step meeting because there's like homeless people and drunk people there.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and I'm better than that.
I'm way better than that. And so then my wife, I kept going. And then, so when she told me about 12-step meetings and rehab, I was like, oh, that buys me more time. I thought like the therapist was the end and then I'd have to quit. I was like, oh, then like I'll just keep going. And when they find out again, then I'll just say, hey, by the way, this lady told me I should go. Rehab. Yeah. And so this is the beginning of 2020. It was really bad. COVID had started, and my wife was a nurse, so she was like in it. And she kicked me out, man. She kicked me out. The funny thing is I'm going to make her listen to this, actually, because she still denies this. She's like, I would never do that to you. I was like, what are you talking about? It's like the biggest part of my story. Is she kicked me out, man. I had nowhere to go. So I was like, I'm going to go to one of these 12-step meetings. So I go, and it was the last place that someone should go to their first meeting at. You could still smoke in the meeting, and I didn't smoke. And they had this tray of sandwiches in there that was like engulfed in cigarette smoke. I was like, what am I doing here, man? And this guy was talking about how he was homeless at one point, living in lifeguard stands. And I remember sitting there. It was like, this guy's talking about being a meth and heroin addict and lived in a lifeguard stand. And my brain says to myself, that's fucking brilliant. That's genius.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I'm going. So I drove down to Galveston, and I had nowhere to go, man. I'm like going from lifeguard stand to life. I was terrible at it. So bad at it because I was exhausted at this point.
Let me ask you, did you stay at lifeguard stand 33 ever?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. It was right down by the Galvez.
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture.
Okay.
Eric has a picture of a lifeguard stand in Galveston on this wall on the other side of it.
I'll look where it is too. And I didn't last long, man. It got cold. This is like March of 2020. It got real cold, and I was like exhausted from like years of just not slowing down.
Yeah.
And I would get caught every morning. Like every day they would ask me to leave the lifeguard stand. And so after like, I don't know how long it was. It could have been 2 years. It could have been 3 nights. I don't know how long it was.
Yeah.
And I remember calling my dad, and this is still like a huge, it was like, for me, it didn't bother me at all. He was right what he said to me. For him, it was, I know he still has a lot of regret around it. But I was lying, dude, I was lying every day. So I called him, I was like, hey, it's freezing out here. Can I come home? And he was like, are you kidding me? He's like, I got an idea. This is what we're going to do. And you got to be on board with this. It's like, perfect, let's do it. He's like, you disappear. We're going to tell Kimberly and your daughter that you got in a wreck and died, and you just disappear. And they'll be better off, and you'll be better off. And I remember thinking, like, it's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
We should do that. And I was like, how are we going to do it logistically? Like, she's not going to want to see my body or anything? And my dad was like, just leave, bro. Just go, just disappear. It's
like, dude, the concept here. Come on.
Yeah. And so I was like, that's probably a good idea. So I waited a couple more days, and I called. And this is why I say it was the right idea.
Yeah.
Because I call her out, and I'll tell you the days, man. I call her Monday, March 9th. I was like, can I come home? She's like, no, you can't come home. It's like, it's freezing out here. Can I please come home? She says, you can come home, but when I leave for work, you have to leave. You can't be in the house by yourself. Like, you don't get any money.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right. That was Monday, March 9th. And I told myself, I'm not going home till Thursday, March 12th, because that's when she gets paid. And I went home on Thursday, and I wiped the bank account out. Jeez. Yeah. And she was like, you got to go. You got to leave. Like, I'm calling the cops. You got to go. And that's when I was like, wait, hold on. They told me I should go to rehab. And she's like, I don't care where you go. Like, dude, go to rehab. That's fine. And to her credit, she helped me find a place. Like, we looked around, and it's like weird the way, not weird, it's amazing the way God like does things for you. And where I was going to go, I looked at a lot of places. I looked at some nice places. The only thing that mattered to me is I didn't want to have a roommate. And there was only one place that we looked at that I didn't have to have a roommate. And so, like, God puts that in my, like, right now, if I had to go to a rehab right now, I'd love to have a roommate. Mm-hmm. I love to talk to people. I'm like, I love the interaction. But at that time, I didn't want to go. And God put that in my head. And he sent me to the place that was the only place with no roommates. And I met the guy there that changed my life. Awesome. That saved my life. And so I remember, but I'll tell you one thing, man. The day I checked in, March 12th, 2020, should be my sobriety date. But it was not. I checked in. It was COVID time, and people were terrified of COVID and didn't know what was going on and clueless about what was happening. Mm-hmm. And so they were not checking things very well. And I got to my room, and I had found like 2 grams of blow in my pocket, in one of my old pant pockets. And I threw it away, right? Obviously.
For sure.
Yeah. So I did like
the good old Hoover sucked it up.
Yeah, I did like a 3-foot line on my dresser in rehab. And man, that was life-changing.
That line?
That line.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, addiction was just, I need to stop doing it, and then I'll be good. Right? And so here I was
in rehab,
in the place to stop doing it. And I had no control over if I was going to do it.
Eye-opening,
man. It was terrifying. I was like devastated because I was like, this is the place where I quit, and I couldn't quit. Mm-hmm. And I did the thing, man. I opened my door 4,000 times that night. I was looking underneath the crack on the door. I was like, and looking back on them, like, they're going to find me. They're going to find out, and they're going to kick me out. And I don't know if they would have or not.
They probably, you were doing drugs on the campus.
Yeah.
They would have had to.
It was their fault, though.
Yeah, because they didn't check.
Yeah. And so that was March 12th. March 13th, 2020 is my sobriety date.
Okay.
And so I did 29 days there.
Yeah, of course.
I was healed on day 29. Mm-hmm. I didn't need 30 days. Mm-hmm. I came out on Easter, right? And still, as an addict and an alcoholic, I made it all about me. I was like, yeah, Easter is like the resurrection of Jordan.
Yes. Jordan?
Yeah. And everyone's like, it's like the resurrection of Christ. I'm like, no, but it's like my rebirth.
Yeah, for sure.
And man, I got some tools in there. It was weird. Like they started, you could only have 10 people in a room at a time.
Yeah.
Like COVID rules. And so they started separating. There were 60 people there. So they would separate us into 6 different rooms and make us Zoom together. Groups. Yeah, because you couldn't, and we would all, like our 60-person process, or like relapse prevention group had to be broken up into 6 groups. We had to eat prison style, man, like 6 feet apart.
Get up, get out kind of thing.
Yeah, and you couldn't sit next to anybody. The best part, my favorite part about that is you had to sit 6 feet apart in the cafeteria, but we stood shoulder to shoulder in the hallway waiting to get in the cafeteria, which made no sense. Yeah,
it's like you got to wear a mask until you're eating. Now you can take it off.
Yeah, when your mouth is literally open. Constantly. So yeah, I spent 29 days there, man. The first week it was weird because everyone wanted cigarettes and no one could get cigarettes. People couldn't leave. People couldn't come and go. And I didn't smoke. And so I was like, this is pointless. I'm leaving. I'm not going to stay here. Because we had process groups in the morning, which was, how do we get more cigarettes? We had relapse prevention in the afternoon, which was, how do we get more cigarettes? We had like AA and NA and CA meetings that were, how do we get more cigarettes, right? And they were like led by us because outsiders couldn't come in and lead the meeting. So it was like an AA meeting led by a guy that's been there for 3 days.
Yeah.
That's relapsed like 15 times. And so I remember going to this guy. He worked there. He was the compliance director there. And I went to him. I was like, listen, man, I'm going to leave. Like, this isn't working for me. Like, it's literally pointless. And he told me, and I've been trying to only mention 12-step stuff because I'm on video here. And trying not to say the actual word. But he told me, he's like, listen, dude, come to my office every single day. We have this book. And he read the book to me every single day for like 2 hours a day, cover to cover. And it saved my life.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He works in the treatment industry now. He asked me at the TAP conference to be the best man in his wedding next year. Yeah. He's like one of my best friends now, but it was like, it saved my life. Dude. Yeah. I was going to leave. And honestly, I was going to leave for a good reason.
Yeah, but to do bad shit.
Yeah. But because it was like, it wasn't, like in my head, it was a good reason.
Yeah.
It wasn't serving the purpose that I was there for.
Yeah.
I was there to quit, but I wasn't getting any tools.
Yeah.
Or exposed to anything at all.
So COVID obviously was like a weird time, but the reality of like the treatment industry, and this is where people are already starting to talk like bad mouths to everybody. But the reality is this, is that like there's a disconnect between what we deliver to our clients and what we tell them is going to happen.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are sold on treatment because they have this complete misconception about what happens at treatment.
Right.
They think you're going to do Coke for 5 years. You're going to go to treatment for 28 days and come out a better person. Yeah. And that's just not what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
And you first of all, you cannot repair the damage that has been done over these years in 28 days without trying to repair anything.
Right.
And then what happens to a lot of people is historically the people who just want to love on their family member, that like they want their son back, they want their daughter back, they want their dad back, they want their husband back or whatever. Now you come out of treatment and they're just fucking mad at you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Dude, that was so I became the alumni director at the place I went to treatment, and I would tell them all the time, like, listen, you put your wife through hell every single day of the last 5 years, and that's all she could focus on.
Yeah,
is how to survive that hell. Now you just gave her 30 days to think about the hell you put her through. Mm-hmm. So when you go home, she's not going to be happy, man.
Yeah, no,
she's not going to be happy at all.
And so then, without doing the family dynamic work, which you can't bill for.
Right.
It's all free. Like at that point, like doing family work is optional because there's no billing code for like family therapy.
Right.
And so a lot of treatment centers so this is what I always ask everybody. It's a hypothetical. You have a 19-year-old addicted to fentanyl, injecting fentanyl.
Right.
He's being forced to go to treatment by his family. Right. They're pissed off at him. He's robbed them. He's stolen from them. He's cheated them. The whole nine.
Yeah.
Right. Now they're forcing him to go to treatment, and everybody at the treatment center, all the professionals, everybody doing his pre-assessment, all that, we all know he's going to go out there and relapse.
Right.
But he's going to lower his tolerance for the next 28 days.
Right.
Fentanyl is the leading cause of death for people under 40.
Yeah.
So if we all know that he's going to go out there and relapse, what is our moral obligation to the person?
Yeah.
Like, how do we prevent this?
Right.
Because they're not coming here. Like, ultimately, we understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
They're really only coming here for stabilization.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no magic that happens. Like, you'll find like that unicorn where it's like they'll go to treatment for 28 days, completely change everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that is the exception to the rule.
Right.
So how do we mitigate these chances of this person leaving, relapsing, and overdosing?
Right.
Like, what is the key to that?
Yeah.
What is the answer to that?
Yeah.
What do you think the answer is to that?
I think family involvement has a ton of it, man. Yeah. Because especially for younger people, they're enabled a lot. Mm-hmm. Man, I think about it all the time. Like when I work with a family, I'll tell them you got to set a boundary and hold to the boundary. Mm-hmm. But I also have 2 daughters that when it comes time, if I have to set a boundary and hold to the boundary, I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah.
Getting them involved in some kind of a community is like one of the most important things. Mm-hmm. And then like for me, it was like finding a purpose.
Yeah.
What was my purpose?
Yeah. And that's a very individual thing.
Yeah.
And that's never going to happen in treatment.
No.
Actually, I think that the people who do get clean from treatment, they discover treatment and they find their purpose in working with others.
Yeah, yeah.
And those are like the unicorns that like immediately can get it and they just take off with that.
That's become my purpose, man. Mm-hmm. And I've had opportunities. I have real estate people calling me all the time about the home building stuff. I'm fortunate. Like someone asked me the other day, "What do you do?" I was like, "I don't know what I do. I know who I am. Like I'm a husband and a father." And someone that's like dedicated themselves to helping other men get sober. Mm-hmm. And also I work for a treatment facility and do business development stuff. But like, it's like, what do I do is not what do I do? It's who am I?
Yeah.
And like being able to like help other dudes get sober when, especially a guy that was like me that doesn't even know that it's something that like this exists. Man, that's giving me my purpose. And going to treatment in those 30 days or 29 days I was there, like introduced me to that purpose. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't know that was my purpose while I was there. But what this guy did for me and taking the time out that he showed me, and then the kind of the fellowship that I got into after that, man, it gave me a purpose. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So let's continue with the story.
Okay. Where are we?
He read you the book.
He read me the book. I got out of treatment. I have some great treatment stories.
I love treatment stories.
I got a great treatment story. Okay.
And this is all in the framework of it was during COVID. What month were you in treatment?
March of 2020.
Right after.
So March 13th was when I went in.
Okay.
And March 16th was the lockdowns.
Okay.
Which I don't know what that means in Texas. There wasn't really a lockdown.
Really?
It was like a little bit. It was like a month.
I was in California. That was like locked
like 2
down.
years.
It was like a fucking communist country.
Yeah, still is.
Yeah.
So I remember I had not eaten. I gained 50 pounds in 30 days.
I was just talking to somebody last night about this, about the food that we give to people in treatment is terrible.
Yeah. Plus I hadn't eaten for like 7 years before I got there.
No joke. How much did you weigh?
I went in at like 180.
Okay.
And then I came out at like 250, 240.
So you didn't look like super unhealthy.
No, I looked pretty good.
Okay.
So I survived off of triple-decker peanut butter and jellies. This is while I was getting high. Triple-decker peanut butter and jellies, cold pizza, and Skittles. It was the only thing I ate for like 7 years. And that would be like in between.
Mine was Ben & Jerry's and Dutch apple pies.
Okay. Those are delicious.
Well, and you could buy a whole pie. Like me and my wife would buy a pie in the morning and we'd be able to eat it all day.
Yes.
And it was like $7.
Yes.
So we didn't have to like spend drug money on it.
Yeah, exactly. So I gained a lot of weight. So what happened is like after a week, I called my wife. I was like, "Hey, I need more clothes. These clothes I have do not fit." And it was COVID, so it was like she couldn't see me. She didn't want to see me
for sure.
Of all. So she would brought some new clothes and brought me like a 5-pound bag of Skittles. Okay, so which was amazing. So I wore these new clothes. I ate my bag of Skittles. We're like 10 days in now, and my new clothes don't fit anymore. So I call her. I'm like, "Hey, you got to bring me some more clothes because these clothes don't fit." So she brings me more clothes. She brings me another 5-pound bag of Skittles, And the first time she brought it, one of the nurses got it, checked it, gave it to me. Second time, this lady, Rita, director of admissions, she got it. And she's like, oh, you can't have the Skittles. It's outside food or drinks. I'll put it in your locker and you can get it when you leave. And I was like, no, you're not going to do that. And I was furious, bro. So I'm 12, 14 days sober. They've already taken away my drugs. Now they're taking away my Skittles. So I did what I thought was normal. So she wouldn't give them to me. So that night when a new shift of the text was on, I was like, hey, Rita said I could have them tonight. And they were like, no, we'll check with her. And so they sent out an email and they're like, you're not allowed to have them. So then the next day I went to my counselor. I was like, hey, man, this is bullshit. Like, I need my Skittles.
Running up the chain.
Yeah. I need my Skittles. And he was like, what are you talking about? Like, dude, no. Like, what? He's like, this is the heart of COVID. So he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. We're not doing the Skittle thing right now. And so then I went to the clinical director, try to bargain her for the Skittles, wouldn't do it. Then I wrote a letter to the executive director, like CEO lady, about my Skittles. She wouldn't let me have it. So then I finally went back to the clinical director. I'm like, I'm going to leave. If I don't get my Skittles. Yeah. So we're like 15, 16 days in at this point. It was over a week period I'm doing all this. And so she's like, listen, dude, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a group meeting tomorrow. We're going to get bowls. You're going to open this bag of Skittles and you're going to share them with everybody and you're not going to ask for Skittles anymore. I was like, okay, fine. So she gets them. She puts this bowl of Skittles out. I pick up 2 handfuls. I walk into Rita's office and I fucking throw them on her.
No.
And I said, I got my Skittles, bitch.
Nightmare client.
Dude, throw them on her desk. I walk out of the office. I walk out of the office. This is part of the story I don't tell. And I immediately went back in. I was like, I'll pick up all these Skittles. I apologize. And so the next day they called me and they're like, you're going to have to leave.
Yeah.
And they called Kimberly and she's like,
I mean, that's like assault.
Yeah. And I remember Rita telling me like literally 2 years later, she was like still finding random Skittles in her office. I believe it. So they call Kimberly and she's like, she's begging him, please let him stay. Please let him stay.
I will never bring him another bag of Skittles ever.
She's like, Jordan, you will behave, right? I'm like, yeah, I'll behave. I'm sorry. And so this was on a Friday.
They let you stay?
They let me stay, man, only because of COVID. They're like,
okay, that makes sense.
We're not going to kick them out there. We don't know what's going on out there. So this is on a Friday. Well, then on Sunday, they give us our phones because we could FaceTime on Sundays because family wasn't allowed up there. And so obviously I didn't get my phone back. I kept my phone. Right. And I kept it in my room for like 2 days. I was listening to podcasts. And this poor little girl, man, this brand new nurse, probably like it just got her first job ever as a nurse. She's a night nurse there. And she comes in and she sees my phone. She's like, you can't have your phone. Who said you could have your phone? I'm like, oh, my counselor said I got it. It's cool. So she's like, all right, she leaves. The next morning, my counselor's pounding on my door. He's like, dude, you got me in trouble. Like, who said you could have your phone? You can't have your phone? I didn't say that. Bro, I don't remember this girl's name, and I apologize to her. But that night, I sat outside the nurse's station, and every person that walked by, I was like, she's a fucking snitch. This girl's a fucking snitch. And she would pass out medicine. I'm like, I check your medicine. She probably give you the wrong stuff, man. And I didn't know that you don't screw with people's medicine.
For sure.
Like in treatment.
That's like a big fucking no.
And so the next day, they call me back in there. And they're like, dude, you got to leave. So we call my wife again. And she's like, he did what? And they tell her, and she's like, he fucking needs to leave. Like, please kick him out. Like, by the way, he's not coming home. He's not allowed to come home. But I give you full permission to kick him out. And bro, I don't know how, but I talked my way. I stayed. They let me stay. I was a good patient after that. They hired me 2 years later. These same people, the same executive director, the same clinical director. They hired me, and I became the alumni director after that.
Dude, I've got a story similar to that, right? So I got 3 years sober. I moved to Texas, and I relapsed. That's what my whole relapse is about.
Okay.
Right? Most pivotal moment of my life, and I'm talking about after robbing a bank, after being homeless for years, prison terms, like all this crazy shit, the most pivotal moment of my life was my last relapse.
Right.
I go to River Oaks for detox.
Okay.
And that's where I meet Dr. Shaw.
Okay.
Who is now my medical director.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Right. But the way that it worked was I got a hold of Chuck. Do you know Chuck Fonda?
Yeah.
So I
Saw
get a
him
hold
this morning.
Really?
Yeah, him and Amy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, amazing.
I get a hold of Chuck. I don't even remember how. I ended up with his phone number.
Okay.
And I'm like desperately looking for detox.
Right.
Because I'm like, I just need detox. And I really just needed detox at the time. Like, I realized, like, I had enough clean time under my belt that when this relapse happened, I immediately was like, fuck, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I just needed detox, but I was doing fentanyl.
Yeah.
So I go to detox. And the way that it worked was I got a hold of Chuck and I'm living in Friendswood and I got to drive to River Oaks. And the deal was, you've got 40 minutes to get here.
Right.
Do not make any stops. My dad puts me on the, we have iPhones. So it's like you can show
Find
where you're
my
at.
friends, yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, you're going straight there. You can drive yourself, go straight there.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I can't go to my drug dealer. I need Xanax because I know this is going to be shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get there. I'm going to figure out the visits. And I'm going to have my drug dealer come to my detox and bring me drugs.
Love it.
Well, the deal was, if you were in detox there, you can have visitors up until 10 p.m. or something like that. Like every day.
Right.
So I was like, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
It's
and
like,
you can have your phone.
Yes.
Yes.
So like 7 o'clock, I'm like, so I called the guy. I'm like, dude, you got to come up here. I'm going to tell him you're my brother. He's black. I'm going to tell him you're my brother. And just do the whole prison thing, or like cheek it.
Yeah, yeah.
Drop it in the bathroom. I'm going to pick it up in there and cheek it. And then you leave and then we're good.
Yes.
Right. And so Chuck's daughter is like, she's like a coordinator there, and she's there at the time.
Right.
So she sees this guy walk in, doesn't check in, doesn't follow the visiting protocol.
I love
they
this.
follow him in there, and they realize he's in the bath. Like, he walks straight to the bathroom.
Right.
So they walk to the bathroom. The door isn't shut or anything, and he's like got his hand down his pants.
That's amazing.
And they're like, "What are you doing?" Right? And he's like, and he like just walks straight out, but he puts the thing on like the toilet paper thing, and it's just a wrap of toilet paper.
Yeah,
like, what is that? I was like, I don't know. They're like, who is that? Like, I've
never seen him before in my life.
Yeah, like, and they were like, we're calling the cops, and they're like following him out.
Oh no!
And I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. The nurse takes they find the drugs. They're like, you've got to leave. My dad, fucking pissed. He has to drive up to River Oaks, pick me up, take me back, right? And Dr. Shaw's not there. Amy's not there. So this is like, now it's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It's the middle. My dad gets back home. It's like past midnight now.
Gosh.
They call him at like 5 a.m. and they're like, he can come back, but we have to talk to him first.
Yeah.
So now it's 6 a.m. My dad's driving me back up to River Oaks.
When was this?
Huh?
When was this?
This was last March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
19 months ago now.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
And
this is recent.
Yeah, Dr. Shaw gets there. I don't talk to him yet, right? But like they like sit me down and they're like, no more problems, right? Right? No. Okay. No, nobody coming. You're not allowed to have visitors.
Right.
Like, okay, nobody visiting.
Yeah.
And they're like, and you can't go smoke by yourself anymore. Like, you're being escorted anytime you want to smoke. And you cannot vape in here. Do not vape in here. I'm like, okay. So
were you okay with that? Or you're like, I'm still going to find a way around?
No. I was like, you know what? That was a fucking terrible idea. Like, I broke it down and I'm like, look, I have major anxiety around withdrawal.
Right.
They're like, look, you're going to be on Suboxone. Like, we're going to make sure that you're comfortable. Like, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, it wasn't even like a bargaining thing. I was like, this is just my concern. This is why that happened.
Right.
And they're like, okay, we got you, but no more bullshit. Like, no more BS.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm talking to Dr. Shaw like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, wait, you don't remember me from detox? He was like, no. And I was like, I told him the story. He was like, that was you? I was like, yeah,
that's
for
amazing.
sure, that was me.
That's amazing.
And now he's my medical director.
That's the medical director.
And Amy and I like fucking love each other. And like,
I love Amy.
It's awesome. I love Amy.
Amy and I just did a like sober living, a recovery house cohort together.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that?
So Sharpen Recovery did it.
Okay.
It's for people that are interested in open to sober living.
Okay.
Which I'm interested in kind of trying to do.
Okay.
And so Sharpen Recovery put on this 8-week long, like it was like a class, man. They taught us everything that they knew about starting a sober living, from data to the NAR standards to all the different things, aspects that they look at when they're starting a house.
Okay.
And Amy's starting one.
Yeah.
She's starting a very like specific kind of house.
Right around what she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then me and my friend Heather we were going to start one together here, but she moved. She bailed on me like the loser she is. She left me high and dry. And she moved to Kerrville. And so we're like thinking, well, I don't know, kind of put a hitch in the plans.
Okay. So yeah. That's so when was this?
It just ended. So it was like June, July, and August. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And do you know Sharpen Recovery?
Yeah. Nick and like
So Nick did it, man. It was amazing. He like gave up a lot of time. They put a whole book together for us, and we would sit.
You have the book still?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're starting a new one in November. Like this was the first one they've ever done. We got a trophy for it.
That's what's up.
I got a great picture by this lady Ariel, who's the photographer, of me holding a microphone. Where I look good, dude. I look real good.
All right.
Yeah, I look good with the microphone. I love microphones.
Do you?
I love microphones.
Like, are you actually like into the gear, or are you just like having one?
I like having one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm talking into it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dude, that could be a cool thing for us because, well, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
But, okay. So why do you want to start a sober living?
You know what? I just, it was, so where I live up in the Woodlands, Spring, Tomball area. There's not a lot of good sober living. So when I was the alumni director at the Right Step, that was a big hole for us.
Everywhere, because in Texas, insurance doesn't pay for sober living.
Yeah, and so Houston is very void and PHP with housing, which is a way to get into a sober living with your insurance, even though it's not sober living. And then outside of like Sharpen Recovery, and then a few of the random like single houses I know, like Ted's house, or I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying names.
You're fine.
Those guys. The Azula house up there in Conroe, basically, there's just not a lot of options. So me and my friend Heather.
So it's interesting. There's a lot of sober living in this, specifically
inside
like
the loop
around right here.
Yeah.
But there's like two good options.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're gonna get some good recovery out of it.
Right.
My brother and I, when we were looking at getting into this, we went and I called and I was like, we got a brother that's getting out of treatment. And we're like looking for a sober living. So we like wanted to see what was going on.
Yeah.
And like 6 out of the 7, they were like flop houses.
Right.
They're like no oversight. They just wanted the money.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a big gap in this market is supportive housing.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I love Nick. Nick and I went to the same high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you guys definitely not the same age?
I always tell people that. And they're like, you did? I'm like, yeah, just not at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like 15 years apart.
Yeah.
I graduated in 99. I think you graduated in 2012 or 2013.
Because he's still really young.
Dude, he's got a baby face too.
Yeah.
Nick is one of the greatest human beings ever.
Okay.
Nick and his wife, Madison. And so I've always like loved them and what they do and how they help people, and like they're affordable and they'll work with people and they're really supportive. And like I would tell people at the Right Step, like if you're okay with accountability and you want to stay sober, this would be a good place for you to go.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying there's not other places, but they have 19 houses, man. They're all over the city of Houston.
And it is more accessible than a lot of other places.
Right. And sometimes I think what's normal is a house at that cost is maybe not the like most accountable.
It's lackluster for sure. And you're seeing a lot of like democratic houses.
Yeah.
That
which is a terrible idea.
Fucking terrible idea. You're gonna put that kind of power in our hands.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So it works if you're in a house full of dudes that want to stay sober, it works. But you get the one guy in there that doesn't want to stay sober, and it can flip the entire house.
Yeah.
It's
Quick.
a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't be living in a house by myself. I do remember this is funny. When I was in treatment, one of the big democratically run organizations came in and like presented to us, and bro, so like sobriety was a foreign thing to me. I didn't know what it meant. And these guys came in and like talked about their sober living. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna be great. So I remember calling my wife and like, hey, I think I'm gonna go to sober living. She's like, what is that talking about? Yeah, you're gonna be sober for sure. I was like, no, it's these houses, like you live together. And she was like, you're married. You have a child. Like, you're fucking coming home. What are you talking about? I'm like, all right. It sounded cool, though.
Yeah.
Sober living sounded awesome.
Yeah. So early in recovery, like, so this is like a big disconnect that happens in the industry, right? Where it's like, and it is like a trickle down effect of what's paid for and what's not. But sober living is so important for a lot of people because the stability and accountability, you don't get that unless you seek it out.
Right.
And we thrive in structure. So like imagine sending that 19-year-old back out there, back to his family. Yeah. It's like a fucking nightmare waiting to happen.
If I was a single dude that had no support, I mean, I say this all the time. And I don't know what perfect scenario means, but I came out to the perfect scenario. I came out for me. My parents still loved me and supported me, and were going to give me every tool they could. My wife took me back in. It was COVID, man, so I was locked up at home. Like they were still going out. Like there was nothing to do.
Yeah, that is a really good point, right?
And a lot of people, it's funny because a lot of people will ask me, how did you do that? How did you get sober during COVID? Like I relapsed during COVID. I drank more during COVID. Yeah. And so for me, it didn't matter what the external scenario was going to be. Like I knew I was going to stay sober. But I'll tell you, well, just because I don't know if I knew I was going to stay sober, but I was going to do what I had to do. I was going to do what these people told me to do. But I will say this, it saved my marriage. And here's why, is because when I got out, I was going to go to these meetings and I was going to go all day. I had no job. I had nothing to do. And I was going to leave the house at 7 a.m. and go to meetings all day long and come home at 9 p.m. Right. And my wife would not have believed that. She would not have believed me.
For sure.
So instead, not out of choice, but because it was the only thing I could do, I sat at home on a computer on Zoom while she sat at home working too and watched me doing it every day for 6 months. And man, it rebuilt the trust. It literally saved our marriage.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, and it was I was on a meeting all day, every day.
Yeah, so she like actively got to watch you heal.
Yeah. She chose not to do any of the support stuff, which early on I was like resentful at. Because I was like, she's not going to understand it, but whatever. She did what she needed to do and the way she needed to do it, and
that doesn't work for everybody anyway. Like,
here's the thing: I wasn't going to get sober if someone told me to go get sober. Yeah, just like she's not going to go to a support meeting if I tell her to go to a support meeting. Yeah, like we don't. I'm 45 years old, and I've never ever once in my life ever done something because someone told me to do it. So. The same goes with most human beings, man. If you tell them to do something, especially when it revolves around sobriety, it doesn't work.
It will never work. Yeah. Like, and up front, like, so part of the nature of the beast is we're just deceptive. Yeah. And so we will take expectations and manipulate the expectation. Yeah. Right? It's like, as long as I satisfy this up front, then I can do whatever the fuck I want over here. Yeah. And we end up like using it. It always ends up backfiring, right? Like really bad.
Yeah, yeah. And that was another thing I had to learn early on in sobriety, dude. Is that I couldn't lie because I would just lie about nothing,
dumb shit.
Yeah, yeah. Like just I don't even know why. And I had to like train myself, like intentionally not lie about things.
Yeah. So people in recovery, we have like the highest level of self-awareness that you will find in a human anywhere today. Yeah. And we have to live on such a tightrope. Yeah. Like we are playing a very, very, like within tight margins. Yeah. Like the balancing act, it becomes a lot easier because it becomes your lifestyle. Yeah. Right. But
I have like an integrity check too. And it's something that my sponsor told me about. And it was, dude, it's when you drop the piece of ice. If I kick it under the refrigerator, that's when I know my integrity is starting to slip a little bit. You throw a piece of trash in the trash can and don't pick it up. Yes, that's when I know. Like so, it's like those two little checks, and then I am the fucking shopping cart Nazi. Like if you're leaving shopping cart out, man. I might not say something to you, but I'm going to put it up. Yeah. I'm going to get all the stragglers that are just in spaces right next to the shopping cart rack.
Do you watch Cart Narcs?
No.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah. I've seen it on Instagram or something.
I don't know.
There's a guy that does it on Instagram.
Oh, you know what? It's probably a massive thing now, but it's like back in the day, the Cart Narc, he would like go with a bullhorn. Yes. And like throw stickers at people's like magnets at people's cars. Yeah. And then like put the cart in front of their car and be like, put it back. Yeah. And just follow this. He would follow people around, harass them about it.
As he should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are terrible people.
Will never go grocery shopping with me.
Do you leave your cart out?
I leave it not in the corral.
Why would you do that?
I have no good excuse.
All right. Well, we're done here. I just, man, the ice cube thing has always been like a big one for me.
I get it.
And you know how many times I drop ice cubes now? Because I think God is like testing me. It's like every single day an ice cube will drop and shatter into 1,000 pieces. It's like, how am I going to do this? Like, am I overdoing now? Am I picking up every single piece? Do I need to vacuum out?
Now I'm going to think about this cart every fucking time.
Good.
And you know what? I do a lot of, I probably shouldn't even admit this. I do a lot of shopping with Instacart now.
Okay.
And one of the things that I hate is putting the cart back. And it's like, I don't got to deal with the fucking cart.
Yeah. Hey, that's better than leaving the cart out in a space.
No, I don't do that. Like, I'll make sure I put it like where a car's not going to be.
Okay. That's a little better.
So that's my justification. And that's what I was going to say is like, I make sure that it's like out of the way.
Right.
But I don't like
put
it back in the corral.
I
know, I'm justifying it.
I love it.
So do you have any more good treatment stories?
Oh, I don't think so, man. Those are the...
That's probably the best one I've heard, though.
The Skittle one is actually like famous in our community.
Really?
Yeah. It's talked about a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard somebody do... I've heard of some like other off the wall shit.
The snitch thing was bad too, man. Like I remember just like standing up there just yelling like, she's a fucking snitch. This girl's a snitch.
And you're like a full-grown adult that's never participated in the underworld.
I'm 39. This girl's 25. Like, I think she had just passed her nursing exam or something. It's her first job ever. She's working overnight at a treatment center.
And you're a lawyer. You've never gone to jail. You don't participate in like snitch culture.
Yeah.
So you're like,
right.
Totally misappropriating the fucking.
Yes, and she's literally just doing her job. Like she was asked to. She saw my phone, and no one's allowed to have a phone.
Yeah,
and I had a phone, and I lied about it. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, man. So that's. I think it's all my good treatment stories. I'm sure there was other good ones.
Okay, well, let's talk about post treatment.
Okay. Yeah.
What happened?
So I got out in April of 2020. I did a lot of the online stuff, man. I went to meetings online every day. I was fortunate that the guy that saved my life in treatment also decided out of the goodness of his heart that he was going to host an alumni meeting 7 days a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. A Zoom alumni meeting 7 days a week.
Okay. You went to treatment locally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I say it? I'm not going to say it.
It's up to you.
No, I don't want to say it.
Okay.
I don't want to give them any publicity at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They saved my life.
Yeah.
They saved my life.
Yeah. I've got a love-hate with one of my treatments.
No, I went to the Right Step.
Okay.
So it's a Promises facility.
Yeah.
It's here. It's not the old Right Step. So the Right Step's been here for 25 years.
Yeah. So this was post sale?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I went to the Right Step. Then I went back to work there for 2 years at the Right Step. And we worked at the Right Step here and at Promises, Brazos Valley, and College Station.
Okay.
So our leadership team did both. We went back and forth between locations.
Okay.
So I did that for like 2 years, man. And then some like weird stuff started happening. So I didn't do that until 2 years into sobriety.
Mm-hmm.
That was their rule.
It's a law.
It's not a law.
You can't hire. So when the state came in for the walkthrough for my license, they were
I would challenge the law.
Really?
Yeah. Because that's discrimination.
Well, he just said you cannot hire alumni until they've been...
Maybe alumni. Okay. Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah.
You can't have like certain interactions with alumni.
Yeah.
So the law they had is you had to be 2 years sober.
Oh.
Which they changed it because that is discrimination.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. They changed that company policy. But right when I got sober, and I got sober in April 2020.
Wait, that is discrimination, right?
Yeah. Because it's a protected class. It's part of the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Wow.
So if you put you can internally say I'm not hiring someone unless they have 2 years sober, but it cannot be part of your like company policies.
Right.
Which it was at the time.
Okay.
So they had to do they became a recovery ready workforce, which means if you relapse, they'll help you, find treatment and then bring you back on under certain situations. But August of 2020, I got a job, which is, I don't know, man. I don't think it was a good idea at the time, but I was just desperate for anything. So I got a job teaching and coaching at a private high school in Tomball. Football and baseball. And man, I don't know if I had the tools at that point to be around like high school kids and like working nonstop and like high stress situations. It was during COVID too.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, were you guys winning?
We were okay.
Okay.
We're okay.
I still thoroughly believe that like a high school team is 100%, their success is dictated by their coach.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a great coach. I'll tell you, this is a great story too. So I'm there, my first day there. So I just get hired. I'm hired as like a substitute teacher, but one of the teachers couldn't come in because of COVID. So I was made like the full-time English teacher because I do have a minor in English literature. So that like got me that job. Mm-hmm. So the first day I'm there was a player on the team whose sister had OD'd and died like the week before.
Wow.
I don't know this. I don't know this at all. And I don't know anybody. I don't know any of the players. I don't know any of the coaches, but I do know that 4 months into sobriety, I'm not telling anybody, especially at a high school with parents.
For sure.
I'm not telling these people I'm in recovery. So I'm there the very first practice. I have one like really close friend that's another coach. He's the one that got me the job. He knows, but nobody else knows. So the very first day, they're talking about this girl's funeral, right? And the head coach is like talking to everybody. He's like, hey guys, I want to listen to you. I want you all to listen up. Like yesterday we were at so-and-so's sister's funeral. You know, it said in the eulogy that she was in recovery. So guys, listen, I want you guys to listen to me. If any of you guys are out there doing cocaine, and I was like, what? Oh shit. It's like, this guy knows. Bro, I was freaking out. I'm like, how do they know? Why is he talking about this? Why is he bringing it up on my first day of practice here? And so I'm like looking at Jay. I'm like,
did you fucking tell him?
Yeah, I'm like freaking out. And Jay's like, no, he's talking about something else. And so we finished this meeting and I'm like, I got to tell him. So I like go, I'm like, coach, can I talk to you separately? So I pull him aside and he's an amazing human being. And like he's it was a Lutheran school. So he's like a religious guy. Mm-hmm. And like I open up to him and tell him everything. And he's like, man, I appreciate that. It's amazing. He's like, please don't tell anybody else this. Like, do not tell another person this thing. And you know what happened? I did. Because I was 4 months sober and I was stupid and I opened my mouth and I told another coach that didn't like me, that wanted my job.
Busted.
And he told the principal. And I was quickly asked to not be a substitute anymore and not coach the spring semester for baseball.
That sucks.
Yeah, and that was like my first like trial in sobriety. I was like getting let go from that job and loving it. Like I love football, man. That is one of my biggest loves and passions in life. Getting fired from that. And so, but at that point I'm like, I'm going to get my teaching certification. So I got my teaching certification and I got a job at Santa Fe High School, which, do you know where Santa Fe is? Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's like south, right?
Yeah. And I lived in the Woodlands.
Really south.
It was like an hour, Galveston 40-minute drive each way.
Jesus.
Morning and night.
And you're hitting traffic both ways through.
I was leaving. I had to be there at 6:30 a.m., so I left at 5 a.m.
Okay, no traffic on the way
left at 5 a.m. We practiced and had meetings and watched film after practice, so I left at 10 p.m.
So no traffic there.
So I was getting home at midnight.
Houston traffic is fucking crazy.
It is crazy. And you know what's crazy is how much traffic there would be at fucking midnight.
Really?
Sometimes driving home. And then after games, like I not blacked out, but I fell asleep driving home one time and like hit the center thing. And I was like, I remember calling my wife, like, I got to start staying in a hotel on game nights. So that was a terrible idea. That didn't last long either. Mm-hmm. The thing I hated was teaching. Hated it. Like I'm not built for the classroom. I'm not built for kids with their cell phones. I'm not built for kids that say no or don't listen to you. Like I was raised by coaches that when they told you to do something, you did it because you feared the coach, right? And this is not the case anymore. So in the classroom, they didn't listen to me. I hated it, and I quit. So I quit after that first year. Got the job at the Right Step, and like you know what? There's a part in our book that talks about like we're unable to bring into our consciousness with sufficient force the humiliation of a week or a month ago, right? And I'm 6 months into this job. I'm like, I think I want to coach again. I want to coach and teach again.
Yeah.
So, and like, this is when it started, man, I heard you say this the other day and it's the most true thing ever. When I got sober, my fucking life got terrible. Mm-hmm. Well, it got bad. Mainly because all I did was pray for God every day, like, please don't let me drink anymore. And I negotiated with him because I didn't know any better. I was like, I promise I'll take care of my finances. I promise I'll take care of my relationships. I promise I'll work harder. I'll be a better father. Just you don't let me drink anymore and I'll handle everything else. Mm-hmm. And so he didn't let me drink anymore and everything else
went to shit.
Yeah. Because I was like, I'll do it on my own. Mm-hmm. And so those first 2 years of sobriety were just tough, man. I struggled through it. I went to meetings all the time, and probably the meetings and like working with other dudes is what kept me sober.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I was not spiritually fit. I was doing shit I shouldn't have been doing. I was more miserable than I'd ever been. Like 2 years sober, I wanted to blow my brains out. Mm-hmm. Like that was the reality. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't my first sponsor's fault. He did what he knew how to do. Man, he kept me from drinking and doing drugs, and that was all he knew. Mm-hmm. But I remember I had some issues early on in sobriety that like just my behaviors were terrible.
Yeah. So it's funny, right? Because behaviors hardly ever match the intention. And I do say this all the time, right? Like typically what actually happens, because the promises of recovery are not the promises of quitting. Right. They're the promises of recovery.
Yeah, of being a recovered person.
Yeah. And a lot of people assume that recovery is quitting. And so this is what happens. They think they're going to go to treatment. They're going to go to treatment for 28 days. All of the wreckage is just going to be swept under the rug. Right. And now they just get to start with a clean slate. Yeah, but now your family hates you. Right. You have no coping
consequences.
Skills. The consequences catch up.
Legal stuff.
Yeah, this is where you lose your car, the courts come after you, the divorces happen, you lose your job, the IRS is knocking, you're losing your house. Like this is where this shit really all happens, right?
Yeah.
And in early recovery, you have no skills, no coping skills, no communication skills, no healing. There's like the easiest part of recovery is quitting. Right. The hardest part is staying quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And staying quit is not contingent on how hard you want to stay quit. It's how hard you work on staying quit. Right. And most people, the work is elusive. Right. There's nothing logical about recovery. Yeah. A lot of it is like, it goes against your better instincts. Right. It goes against anything that it doesn't linearly connect. Right. Because some of the stuff that you do, you're like, why the fuck am I doing this? Right. But it makes sense way down the line. Yeah. And so
why am I showing up early to make coffee?
Right. Why am I picking up cigarette butts? Why am I doing this? Like, why am I telling this guy my deepest, darkest secrets? Yeah. Like, why do I have to go to these meetings? Right. What is the point of like calling this guy every day? My first sponsor, this guy changed my mindset on recovery. Yeah. He told me, he was like, my decision-making skills were so fucked up. He was like, in the morning, when you put your shoes on, call me and ask which one to tie first. Yeah, yeah. It's like that level of your decision-making so fucked up. Right. Right. And dude, this guy like moved me into his house, gave me a job, step work all day, like made me like mow lawns for free for him. Right. And I was like his workhorse, right? But it was like, but he let me stay for free. He fed me. He hid me from the cops. Like it was like a lot of like, both of us knew that like there would come a time where I had to turn myself in. Yeah. But he was like, you're just not there yet. Right. You cannot turn yourself in right now because you're just going to go back out there and use. Right. So he prepared me for a lot of things. And that really is what like screwed my head on to be like, I know what recovery is. Right. Which also, this was in 2012. I knew I wasn't ready. Right. So I was like, I'm going to go back out until I'm ready. Yeah. And it was 10 years. Yeah. But all of that prepared me for like, I understand what recovery actually is. I'm just not ready for it.
Yeah. And that's like the whole purpose behind planting the seed. Mm-hmm. Like
for sure.
You never want to kill a future opportunity with a guy. Mm-hmm. And like, there's a lot of times where I've got guys that I work with and I want to just shake them and be like, dude, no, you can't do that. You can't go out there and do that. You got to stop gambling. You got to stop lying about this. Yeah. And my sponsor always told me, like, dude, who are you to stand in the way of God's plan for this guy? Mm-hmm. Like, who do you think you are to stand in his plan, stand in the way of his plan for what he's supposed to go through to get to where he needs to be?
Dr. Shaw always says, he was like, if you want better sponsees, be a better sponsor.
Right.
Right? It's like, oh, God, it's like such a fucking... Yeah. But, it's like growing into that role of a sponsor is an art.
Right.
Like
it's taken me a long time, man.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like good sponsors.
Yeah.
And then there's great sponsors.
Yeah. And like the great sponsors are sponsored by great sponsors.
For sure. Yeah. And there's a lineage, right? There's a chain there, like and there's pedigrees of sponsorship where it's like people are trying to get on these people's.
Yeah. I'm on one.
Really?
Yeah.
So those are like amazing situations, right? And then there's the people out there that are like floundering, literally like white knuckling their entire existence because they have a terrible spot.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, it is what it is. Like you kind of have to, it's like what he said, like, how are you going to try to interfere with God's plan?
Yeah.
So the other day, like I'm a sober coach.
Okay.
And one of the people that I'm coaching called me and he was like, I got this situation and it was about a job. And he was like, I don't know how to handle this. Like, should I just lie to him?
Yeah.
And like, tell him that I got to do something else. Cause he didn't want to tell him that he was in an IOP.
Right.
And he was like, should I just lie to him and tell him I got to do family shit? And I was like, bottom line, never tell a lie if you have the option.
Right.
And it was like, he still has never texted me back.
Yeah, he didn't want to hear it.
You know, and it's like, you've got to like, there are clear cut things in recovery that there are lines you cannot intentionally cross.
Right.
And if you intentionally cross them, they're like major red flags about where you're heading.
Yeah.
Because it is often said, it was like your relapse happened way before you picked up.
Yeah.
A lot of people, that whole concept is foreign.
Right.
Because they don't understand the process of recovery.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like the process of recovery is the mirror of the process of addiction.
Right.
Like it's just the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Right. And so you start telling lies, especially for people in recovery who now relapse is a choice.
Right.
Like there is an entire process that you're going to go through before you pick that drug up.
Yeah. Which is wild. That was a crazy thing to think about.
Mm-hmm.
When I found out that like the whole powerlessness thing was like, I could understand like the loss of control. Like I had loss of control. Okay. Yeah. That means I'm powerless, but I also had a loss of choice in certain aspects. I was like, that didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And I remember going into a meeting here and talking to this lady. I love her. She was like very instrumental in me in my early recovery. And it was when I was going through all this shit, I was doing terrible things. I was just not living the right way. And I was baffled because I was like, I wasn't drinking. I'm 2 years sober. And I remember sitting with her and she was like, what's wrong? What's going on? I was like, man, I think I just realized that I'm powerless over alcohol, but I'm also powerless over like my relationships. She's like, dude, wait till you realize you're powerless over everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like devastated, man. I was like, no, like, I can't give up everything.
Yeah. Well, and then the thing, the space that I'm in right now, like around powerlessness is like, just because you're powerless over everything outside of you, like I had to realize like that I had power over my choices, right? Now that I'm sober, like the only thing that I really do have power over is my choices.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I had to take a piece of paper and write down words. Like when I really was like, I have to get sober, I'm going to stay sober.
Right.
As part of this last relapse was like, I had to sit down with a pen and a piece of paper and redefine words.
Yeah.
And 2 words that I cannot use anymore in my own recovery is triggers and cravings.
Yeah.
Because
triggers aren't real.
No.
They're excuses.
No. Yeah. And so every time I just had to realize like I give my power of choice to these words if I ever depend on them. So I had to get rid of them.
I would lead a lot of groups when I worked at the Right Step. And one of my groups was triggers aren't real. Mm-hmm. And man, so I will say this. There are some like real triggers in terms of like trauma and PTSD and those kind of things. Like I get that, but like I drove by the liquor store or I heard a song or like, bro, that's definitely an excuse.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I can say it easier because I haven't relapsed yet. But yeah. So like 2 years into sobriety, there was a guy I knew in recovery and he had talked a lot about some of the same issues that I was facing at this point. And I was like, man, my sponsor had moved at this point, and I was like, I'm going to ask this guy if he'll sponsor me.
Okay.
And I remember going to him and asking him, and he said, do you smoke cigars? I was like, no. And he goes, can't do it. can't sponsor you. I was like, I'll fucking smoke cigars. I don't care. Like whatever I got to do.
Yeah.
So I did start smoking cigars to the point where I smoke like 5 a day now.
Nice.
Every day. He told me.
You never smell like cigars.
Yeah. I'm pretty good about it.
How do you do that?
I smoke one in the morning. Usually smoke one at lunch and then like 2 or 3 at night. Okay. I've cut back though. I'm on the, we have a great friend of ours here who's like become my mentor, George J, and he self-proclaimed himself my cigar sponsor. He's trying to get me to quit. I don't know why. I kind of took offense to it, and we went to Vegas together, and he kind of tried to talk me into quitting, and I've been like happy to tell him that I've like cut it down big time. What I haven't told him is that I'm hitting the Zins real hard.
Oh no!
Like I have some Velos. I got the Velos. I'll pop one in right now, actually. Do you like the Zins?
I don't.
No, why not?
I don't. So
you get the vape.
I mostly do this for flavor.
Okay.
And I always say that, but I can't quit.
Right, yeah. You're addicted to the flavor.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I smoked meth for years.
Yeah.
Smoked heroin for years.
Yeah.
I smoked anything that you could put on a foil. I smoked it.
Yeah.
And then
put a lot of things on foil too.
You can.
Yeah. Crack.
Yeah, not Xanax though. I tried that.
You can't smoke Xanax? You can chop it up and snort it though.
Yeah, it actually, so the bioavailability through mucous membranes only like 15%.
Same with like Vicodin and stuff.
Yeah,
but I still love it.
Yeah.
It was still my favorite thing to do.
Terrible. You snorted Vicodin?
Everything.
That is disgusting.
I'd snort an ibuprofen if I could.
That is really gross.
Yeah. It tastes terrible. It kills you too.
I mean, headaches, it clogs you up. God.
It like kills my nose is a disaster.
Really?
Yeah, still.
Yeah. There's long lasting.
You ever seen people that like do the
dental floss?
Like or a noodle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably do like a hot dog.
So is it deviated?
I don't know what it is. It's empty. Yeah. There's nothing in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should get that checked out.
Yeah. I can breathe though. I had
there's nothing in there.
Yeah. I had staph infection in my face at one point.
Jesus.
Like because of all the cocaine, and I had surgery. Like they had to like go in and scrape it out, and then scrape out my nasal passages and stuff, and like carve out new nasal passages. And they did the surgery and like packed me with this gauze and these splints or something. Bro, I went in and just pulled them out the night of the surgery.
Gross.
Pulled them out so I could keep doing cocaine.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that was bad too. I had to go back to the hospital.
I know a chick, when we were homeless, it was like she got an infection in her arm, went to the hospital, and they were like, if you don't stay here, you're going to lose your arm.
Right.
2 days after they told her that, she left. She came back to the streets, did drugs for a little while, disappeared for like a month. She came back with one arm.
No arm.
She came back with one arm.
They told her.
And she learned how to shoot up with her feet. And she was like, I just don't care.
Oh, God. Yeah, right? Dude, that's the thing is you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been there.
Yeah.
So I started working with this new guy, man, and we went through, the funny thing is we went through the steps again. We went through the book again, and we didn't talk about alcohol one time ever because that wasn't the problem anymore. It was all my other behaviors and other things in my life.
Yeah. The way that those steps can apply to anything is amazing.
Yeah.
Those dudes were geniuses. They got a couple things like fucking perfect, right? The way that they structured the book.
Right.
And then the sponsor-sponsee relationship.
Yeah.
Those things are like bulletproof in theory and concept.
We're talking about like 90 or 85 years on the book.
Almost 100 years now.
Yeah.
Right? Like 90 years. Yeah. 89 years.
Yeah. It's crazy. And it's still just as true and applicable today.
Mm-hmm.
So we started working together, and man, he changed my life. I started going to specific meetings that are like literature-based meetings, and that's when I really like hardcore got into sponsoring guys. And I still sponsor, like I got 2 or 3 guys that I'm sponsoring consistently. Like every week I have 2 to 3 meetings.
That's awesome.
With guys that I meet with. And it took a while, man. It still didn't things didn't change overnight. I had some crazy shit happen at Santa Fe High School that was like borderline, almost went to jail.
Really?
Yeah. I got like falsely accused of something.
Yeah.
And like was on paid leave for a long time and had my name submitted like for a police report and then to the district attorney's office and then brought to be presented to the grand jury. And like the school had given me a letter saying they know it wasn't true, but they were still going to go through with the investigation. And then they were like, can we have the letter back? I was like, no, you can't have the letter back. And I had an attorney and we had all this evidence that literally proved innocence, not even like not guilty innocence, but like innocence.
Innocent.
And
like a false accusation.
Yeah. The day before the grand jury met, the person came out and said it was all made up, and the person had lied about this the year before with someone else, and she'd gotten kicked out of school, brought back in the following year, like after a year at alternative school.
That is so scary. That is such a
Terrifying,
scary.
dude.
Yeah.
Especially you're talking about it in 2022 as a male teacher. It was like the wrong time for this to happen. The good thing was, though, I got a lot of money.
Yeah.
I got a huge settlement.
Oh, I bet.
And paid off a lot of my student loans. And
Dude, student loans are crazy.
Yeah.
What's up with Houston? It seems like every week there's another female teacher sleeping with a student.
yeah, which is wild.
It is.
I did not have those teachers.
Me neither. Actually, there were those teachers in San Diego.
Yeah.
There was this one teacher. She I shouldn't be telling this. And then there was male teachers too.
Yeah.
Right. It was.
You don't see the male teachers that often. It's always women.
They're not getting caught, at least.
I guess.
You know.
I guess.
Teenage boys are stupid, though.
Very stupid.
Very
They
dumb.
brag. They just brag nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was like a traumatic thing. And I remember I was with a guy, and this is a 6-month process, and we had a baby at the time. And so like, God did not build me to stay at home with a child. Like, that's not what I was made for. Like, I was made to be out there working and coaching football, and I couldn't do that. And I was at home, and I was trying to go to meetings as much as I could. And we have like a 3rd step prayer. I remember saying it over and over and over. And I was going to Miami to visit my buddies like the day after the grand jury met. And I was like, I got to go before in case. Well, I don't know like what I thought was going to happen. The grand jury's going to meet, and then like the FBI was going to be waiting at the airport from me. But I was like, I got to go before, because if I get in trouble, I'm going to Miami first. And so I was like at the airport when my attorney called me with both district attorneys and the school board, and they were like apologizing and begging me not to like file lawsuits and everything. I'm like, file a lawsuit? I'm just glad I'm not going to jail. Like, innocent people get fucked all the time and go to jail.
Yeah.
And that's all it's the only thing I cared about.
Yeah. So I have the way that I feel about that, and it does suck, like, and to say this in front of you is going to suck, right? Yeah. But like, I would almost rather like some innocent people get fucked over than some guilty people get away.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
but, like,
for sure.
But yeah, like now sitting in front of you, it's like, fuck. Yeah. Do I still feel like that? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Right. Because we're talking about innocence.
Right.
Like, ultimately, obviously that girl is fucked up, but like, for people that do victimize kids, I was sexually molested as a kid.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, I understand the downstream effect of this isn't one person that you're fucking over.
Right.
This is generations of people possibly that you're fucking over.
Yeah.
So I have a prison mentality. I've done a lot of prison time.
Right.
And so it's
How
like,
much prison time have you done?
9 years total.
9 years total. Mm-hmm. What was the longest stint?
38 months.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
I've never been in jail.
38 months.
I went to jail one time when we were in like preschool. We took like a trip to the jail where they.
Was it the jail, the prison museum?
No. Okay. It was like the little. It was bullshit, dude. They fucking scammed us. They took us to the jail like in spring.
Oh no!
And they fucking fingerprinted all of us. Like, oh well, this is cool. We'll do your fingerprints. And then like I realized 30 years later, damn,
goddamn,
we got all our fingerprints now. Yeah, bullshit.
I wonder if they kept them.
I don't know. They probably put them in the system.
Yeah, maybe.
It's in the 80s though.
Oh, actually, that was like the pinnacle of law enforcement was fingerprinting back then.
Yeah.
Now I got DNA.
Yeah.
So, well, okay. This is gonna have to happen again.
Okay. Yeah.
Because there's been a few conversations where it's like, God damn, like if we didn't have to stop, this would go forever.
Yeah.
But
Candy
we'll do this again.
One.
Candy was definitely one.
Yeah. She's awesome.
She. So the deal
we come from the same lineage.
Really?
Her
recovery lineage.
Yeah.
So the deal is I'm gonna do her husband next.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do them both at the same time.
Yeah.
And talk about homelessness.
Yeah, they got a crazy story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Matthew and I have Houston Texans season tickets together.
That's awesome.
Another Matt H.
Matt H.
Yeah.
That was the first thing he said. It was like, dude, dope.
Another Matt H. Yeah. He's the man. He also works still always in a bar.
Yeah. That's what she was saying.
Which is wild.
Well, it's wild, but it's super common.
Yeah.
It's like really common to have sober bartenders.
Right. Yeah.
Which makes actually a lot of sense.
Yeah. I mean, dude, if you're recovered and you don't have the obsession anymore. It doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah,
That's the whole point of recovery.
It's incentivized for the bars to have sober people behind the bar too.
Yeah.
That probably keeps a lot of shit clean.
For sure.
Can you imagine like an alcoholic bartender is like just
I think he was an alcoholic bartender.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Because we're going to break the record.
Yeah. There's zero chance I'm going to let Candace have a longer episode than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is like the editing that goes into this is very minimal.
Right.
Because the conversations like flow really well.
Yeah.
There's no like dead time. Like now that I'm like on this side of a podcast, I know that like when I'm watching podcasts now, like I can see like where they're cutting stuff.
Right.
And the question is like, is there just like a lack of ability to continue the conversation, or do they have to like reset and restart like with topics?
Maybe we'll have to pee.
Well, peeing, that's a different thing, right? Like,
I thought about asking you if I could go
you could totally do it. They'll cut that out.
I'm not going to do it though.
Okay.
We've made it this far.
Yeah.
I can make another 2 minutes to beat Candace.
Yeah. So, the Wall of Fame, how did this happen?
So it was, I brought this up at the very beginning. Like, I'm a little nervous about it, man, because I didn't have a lot of friends in high school. And like,
I mean, is it people that you went to high school with that are going to be there?
So the 30 years ago, 95 was our state semifinalist state championship team.
30 years ago.
Yeah, we played Odessa Permian in the semifinals. Like our team was amazing. We had a lot of dudes that played college football, so they're honoring that team. And as a part of it, they're doing the Wall of Fame thing for a couple, like two of us, I think. I was the only freshman on the varsity that played varsity football.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and so, but like I also remember that I wasn't liked. I don't think people liked me.
Yeah, that's the thing though. It could just be something because you do have like this major imposter syndrome that is totally invalid.
Right.
Totally invalid.
Yeah. I told you about it the other day. Like, I went to.
They're gonna find out.
Yeah, they're gonna figure me out at some point.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, which I don't know what's gonna happen when they do.
And I guarantee you, like high school, that was lifetimes ago.
That's what my wife's like. She's like, dude, they don't
remember if they like you. That's
so arrogant.
Yeah.
She's like, now you're being arrogant.
For sure.
They don't remember you.
Yeah.
Or they don't remember like you were a jerk. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm like a good person now. Like I'm like actively looking out for people and trying to be kind and nice to people. And it's like they're just gonna remember what a dick I was, and they're not gonna let me be kind to them. They're gonna like be judging me ahead of time.
Have you been to any high school reunions?
No. Absolutely not. And I've already got my exit plan. I'm like, I'm going for the dinner and the celebration and the pregame thing, and I'll probably just leave when the game starts. And my wife's like, what are you talking about? Like, I went up there. They invited me up for practice the other day, and I like speak to the team and stuff. And it was like, talk about like unable to bring into my consciousness. Like, I got out there, and I was texting my wife. I was like, I think I'm going back into coaching. She's like, no, you're not. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I don't know. I feel pretty good out here. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. She was like, dude, you're not going back into coaching. Like, first of all, you take like a 70% pay cut.
Dude, first of all, from like me to you, never work in a high school again.
Yeah, never. Yeah. That's a deal that I made with my attorney and my, I'll tell you a crazy story.
Okay.
I went back to work in high school after that.
No way.
Yeah. I went back to Aldine Davis High School, and I started. Luckily, God took me out of that spot. So I started, and I came in, and they were like, "I'm certified in social studies, U.S. history, world history, economics, sociology, geography." And I got there, and they're like, "Coach, you're going to teach algebra too." I was like, "What?"
You're like, I don't even know basic arithmetic.
I was like, I don't know algebra 1. Like, how can I do algebra 2? And they're like, dude, it doesn't matter. We'll give you all the shit you need and you'll be fine. The only thing I care about, Coach, is that none of your kids have to come to the principal's office. And I was like, hold on, that's not gonna work. I don't work like that now, especially now. Like,
cannot
I'm in
do
this,
that, yeah.
to do this 100%. And so that was so luckily they hired me before school started. I didn't start till after school started because I put in my 2 weeks. And there's a rule. If you get hired before whatever, some deadline, you have to teach what you're certified in. And they couldn't put me in whatever. So I got like at this point, I had a union rep. Like I was in the teachers union at this point. And he got me out of it. He was like, you can quit right now and you can get out of your contract and it's fine. So I finished the football season and I was out. It's like, get me out of here.
Yeah, never do that again.
Here I am 2 years later. I'm telling my wife, like, this is it. I'm going back.
Crazy.
All right, we beat her. We're at 5 minutes.
All right, let's do it.
Love
All right, thank you again.
Yeah, man. See ya.
Thanks for listening to My Last Relapse. I'm Matt Handy, the founder of Harmony Grove Behavioral Health, Houston, Texas, where our mission is to provide compassionate, evidence-based care for anyone facing addiction, mental health challenges, and co-occurring disorders. Find out more at harmonygrovebh.com. Follow and subscribe to My Last Relapse on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you like to stream podcasts. Got a question for us? Leave a message or voicemail at mylastrelapse.com. If you're feeling overwhelmed or struggling, you don't have to face it alone. Reaching out for support is a sign of strength, and help is always available. If you or anyone you know needs help, give us a call 24 hours a day at 888-691-8295.